I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who we caught up in using what I was taught with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawn. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena on. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, outcasted like hey ya.
Yo, party people in the place to be. What's good? It's number one Chief Rock and Knicks Universe, your main man, Uncle Freezie. Welcome to the Knicks at Night podcast. Y'all want this party started right. Y'all want this party started quickly, right? Y'all know the vibes. Get that energy up. Your main man, Uncle Freezie, is in the building. Shout out to all my people in the chat. Shout out to King Ribby. Mega NYK is in the building. B Baller for real. Corey Lee is in the building. JJ, my brother, what's good, boss man? The son of the legend, Kerry Cox, is in the building. Ed Winning is in the building. My guy, what's good? I see you. What's good, man? What's good? What's good? Who else I chair? Oh, B Willis is in the building. Keith Turner is in the building. All right, Keith Turner. I see you. Watch here. All Future Media is in the building. Shout out to all the members of the channel. Thank y'all for y'all continued support. I got a bag that I got to get into, y'all. I got a bag that I legit have to get into. Bully, what's good? My man's Bully is in the building. Right? I got a bag I got to get into, right? And listen. I got to get into this bag not because I feel like y'all don't know, but I feel like certain topics just have to be said out loud. 19 comment NYC 84 is in the building. Adam, what's good? I have a certain thing that I have to say that I have to get into, and it's not because of me wanting to be a shock jock. That ain't my thing. I never liked that. I never liked the shock jock thing. You know what I'm saying? I do, however, want to say this. It's about time that we put some respect on Jalen Brunson's name, especially me, especially your main man, the number one Chief Rock in Knicks Universe, Uncle Freezie. Especially the dude that's always like blue tears, orange tears, Blorange Tears, right? Especially that guy, me, right? I got to put some respect on Jalen Brunson's name, right? When we first got Jalen Brunson, I was a little offset. Because we didn't get Donovan Mitchell. I'm still offset by it, really, to be honest with you. I'm still offset by the fact we didn't get Donovan Mitchell. And I know what y'all are gonna say. Oh, Knicks fan, cry me a river. Didn't y'all make the second round? And blah blah blah. Didn't Julius Randle become what Julius Randle is? 2-time All-Star, 2-time All NBA. Blah blah blah. Boom 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 boom. Randle this, Randle that. Yeah, I know. But this ain't about Randle. Right now, this ain't about Randle. Right now, this ain't about Tom Thibodeau. This ain't about the Knicks and this is not about Knicks for clicks and all of that, right? This is about a specific thing, right? This is about putting some respect on Jalen Brunson's name, right? So Jalen Brunson is not an all-star. At least he wasn't voted that way, right? Jalen Brunson's not all NBA. He wasn't voted to be that. Jalen Brunson this, Jalen Brunson that. We are at a point where finally we have to start to finally put Jalen Brunson in the conversation with the Damian Lillards, with the Steph Currys, with the Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Right? We have to put Jalen Brunson in the category of superstar. Right? And I know what y'all are about to say. Jalen Brunson ain't no superstar. Uncle Freezie, you always just trying to make stuff up to have something to talk about. Shut up and listen. Right? Shut up and listen. For once in our critical lives, how about we evaluate on a even scale? How about we evaluate in fairness? Right? I'm going to do something real quick. I'm still talking though. How about we evaluate players justly and fairly? How about we remove all the hype around players and judge them on what they do and not on what the press tells us they do? Right? Can we just do that for a moment? Can we evaluate talent on what these guys do and not on what the press tells us? Right? And I'm going to start right here. I'm going to do an evaluation, right? Right? Who is a better point guard, Tyler Hero or Jalen Brunson? Who's a better point guard, Jamal Murray or Jalen Brunson? Who's a better point guard, Drew Holiday or Jalen Brunson? Who's a better point guard, Tyrese Halliburton or Jalen Brunson? Who's a better point guard, Russell Westbrook or Jalen Brunson? Who's a better point guard, De'Aaron Fox or Jalen Brunson? Who's a better point guard, Trae Young or Jalen Brunson? Ja Morant or Jalen Brunson? LaMelo Ball or Jalen Brunson? Kyrie Irving or Jalen Brunson? And this is where we get elite, right? Steph Curry or Jalen Brunson? SGA or Jalen Brunson? Damian Lillard or Jalen Brunson? Luka Doncic or Jalen Brunson? Right? Right? You heard those names, right? Right? And so when you hear all those names, you're going to say, well, that guy is better than Brunson, and that guy is better than Brunson, and that guy is better than Brunson. And I'm here to tell you, no, none of them are better than Jalen Brunson. None. None of these guys are better than Jalen Brunson. Right? Because when you look at what Jalen Brunson faces on a nightly basis versus what Luka Doncic faces on a nightly basis, I would say maybe Luka is better because Luka does the rebounds and the assist things, but everything else, Jalen Brunson has a similar type of impact, right? I think it's time for us to start saying, "Hey, man, listen, Jalen Brunson should be all NBA first team." Because here's the thing, as Knicks fans, we have a built-in device that prevents us from saying someone is the best. We have a built-in device that prevents us from saying our guy is better than yours. We just have a built-in device that prevent us from saying, hey, Randall is a top 5 power forward. Right? It's like vinegar on our tongue to say Randall is a top 10 power forward in the NBA. But you know what? He is. He is. He is. Julius Randle is a top 10 power forward in this league. Julius Randle, for better or for worse, whether you like him or not, is considered by the NBA to be a top 15 player in the league. This is 2 times in 3 years that Julius Randle was voted as a top 15 player. He is. But we'll never admit that, though. And Jalen Brunson is a top 15 NBA. I mean, Jalen Brunson, in my mind, is a top point guard in this league. But Knicks fans will never concede that. And all I'm asking you to do is to say it one time. Say it one time. Just say it one time to yourself. Right? Just say it one time out loud, and I think you'll like it. Right. Hey, so I'm seeing the comments flash by. I'm not getting to the comments yet. I got some notes that I'm just going by, but I'll get to those. I get to those eventually. Say it out loud. Jalen Brunson is one of the top point guards in the NBA. If you say it out loud, you'll immediately believe it. Right? If you say it out loud one time, you'll immediately believe it. Right? the deal with us as Knicks fans, we are so critical of everything that some things we can't allow certain things to grow. We can't allow certain things to grow organically. We have to beat it to death with our Timberlands. We legit have to put our Timbs on it and stomp it out. And why? I ain't gonna argue why. I'm not gonna argue why. Right? I'm not gonna argue with you why, because it's a natural thing. Right? It's a natural thing. Right? We can't wait on young players to grow. We got to stomp them out. Right? We can't allow teams to rock together year after year. We got to stomp them out. We got to criticize everything a team does at every opportunity. I got some ice water here, man. I'm just trying to break up this ice in this thing, man. Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. Shake it like a... We legit, when we get good things, we legit have to stomp it out before it grows. And so listen, I'm not a creator of the rule. I am a purveyor of the rule, and I follow the rule. Right? I'm human. I'm a human being just like y'all. Right? I'm a human being just like y'all. And so Jalen Brunson comes here last summer, signs a contract, does the press conference, all the boring stuff. I'm not impressed with it. I'm like, he up here talking, he ain't said nothing. You know what I'm saying? This is me stomping out Jalen Brunson, you know what I'm saying, with my black Timbs. I got black Timbs on. With my black Timbs, I'm just stomping out everything Jalen Brunson related. Because it's what I do. I'm from the tri-state area. I'm from Jersey. I'm Tim's and bucket hats. I'm Tim's and Scully's. You know what I'm saying? So, the summertime. The summertime, I'm Tim's and these orange Knicks shorts. Well, they're not all the way orange. I guess they half and half. Like orange and white with the blue trim on them, or whatever it is. You know? It is what it is. But I'm gonna say it's easy to mash out. I said mashed out. I said mashed out like it's 1997 or something. Yo, I said mashed out like I said mashed out like me and EPMD gonna do a posse cut. Right? So, but here's the thing, and I'm gonna be honest. In a way, I'm kind of glad we didn't do the Donovan Mitchell trade. In a way, I'm kind of glad we didn't bring in a backcourt piece to go with Brunson. Because this season, Jalen Brunson got the opportunity to spread his wings and fly. This season, Jalen Brunson, with all of the point guard responsibilities unto himself, got the opportunity to become the best version of himself. Now we know what the best version of Jalen Brunson is and what he can be. Now we know what, or we think we know what a peak Jalen Brunson is. Right? We think we know what a peak Brunson is, right? Right? We think we know. We think we know. We think we know what Jalen Brunson can be if everything goes right. See, everything didn't go right this year for Jalen Brunson, and we still got the best point guard performance of maybe of some of you guys' lifetime. We got the best point guard performance for you guys born in the 70s. You definitely got the best performance of your lifetime. Right? For you guys born in the 80s, you definitely got the best single season point guard performance of your lifetime. For you guys born in the 90s, like Hoodie Cav, the Hoodie Cavs of the world, born in the 90s, you definitely got the best single point guard season of your Knicks point guard season of your lifetime. For y'all born in the 2000s, I don't even have to say. For the OGs in the building that's born in the 60s and the 50s, of course, we've seen different point guard seasons, right? Some that may be statistically better point wise, or maybe less points and more defense. You know what I'm saying? For those of y'all born in, say, the 50s, they got to see Richie Guerin. Y'all got to see a scoring point guard. Yes, that Richie Guerin, Knicks point guard, the dude that helped create the Seattle Supersonics. That's a history lesson for y'all. That Richie Guerin, former Knicks point guard that helped create the Seattle Supersonics. That Richie Guerin. For those that don't know or that are not up on history like that. Him having all the responsibilities on his own helped that man develop into what you see today. Just real quick, just really quick, Jalen Brunson being the guy in New York by himself, kinda, so to speak, helped that man spread his wings and fly. And so you got a version of point guard play that goes beyond what Michael Ray Richardson did. That goes beyond Mark Jackson. That goes beyond Ray Williams. That goes beyond Raymond Felton. That goes beyond Jeremy Lin. Did I forget somebody? Y'all throw out a point guard that you felt like did something, and I guarantee you his numbers don't look like Jalen Brunson's. Throw out your Jeremy Lins. Throw out your Michael Ray Richardsons. Throw out your Mark Jacksons. Throw out your Rod Stricklands. Throw out your Doc Rivers. Throw out your Chris Duhans. Throw out your Shane Larkins. Whoever you have, they have not had a season like this, like Jalen Brunson. The fact that Jalen Brunson had a season like this in the backcourt by himself, basically. Jalen Brunson averaged 24 points a game, 6 assists, 3.5 rebounds. And his team made the second round of the playoffs. Name your New York Knicks point guard that's not named Clyde Frazier that put up 24 points a game in a season and helped his team get to the second round of the playoffs. I'll wait. I'm not going to hold my breath, but I will wait. But we'll try to match this season out. We'll try to choke it out and act like it didn't happen. But surprise, it did happen. As Knicks fans, we don't want to give credit to anybody. We love the rest of the league so much that we talk about everybody else except our guy. Embrace our guy. Embrace Brunson and what he means to this organization. Paris Duggar, thank you for the generous contribution. Paris Duggar says, Randall is a top 15 player when he feels like it. Yes, I agree with you, Paris Duggar. No lies detected on that statement. No lies detected on that statement. The best thing for Jalen Brunson's development, and yes, he's still developing, right? Jalen Brunson is still developing. The best thing for Jalen Brunson's development is the fact that he got the keys to the kingdom to himself and just rocked the mic by himself. It is what it is. It is what it is. This year that Jalen Brunson got to lead his own team, he learned a lot of valuable things. When to shoot, when not to shoot, who to get involved, who to ignore, what defenses are going to do to stop him. How does he counter that? How to preserve his body as a full-time point guard. When to tap out, when to take a break. These are the things that you learn as you become a full-time point guard. And a full-time point guard he was. All right, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna throw the link in the chat. And listen, I shouldn't have to say this every show. And I find myself saying it more and more here lately. Don't come up here being whack. Don't come up here with your background audio sounding like trash. Right? Don't come up here like putting people on the witness stand asking a specific guest 1,000 questions. If you click that link, come up here with something to add, or just stay in the chat. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with being in the chat. The chat is dope. Like C Mac said, bro. If you come up here, don't be whack. You know what I'm saying? Like Dre said, man, put your headphones in. And I don't know why I gotta say this every night. Like Adam said, yeah, Corey Lee. Adam just called out Corey Lee in the chat randomly. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Adam just called out Corey Lee in the chat. That's hilarious. So I'm gonna throw the link in the chat real quick, man. Bem. All right. Hold on for a split second. I'm coming. Yo.
Yo.
What's good?
What's up, Lee? What up, Adam? What up,
What
Freezie?
up?
What up, Chad?
Yo, y'all got a
What
side
up,
piece
Freeze? What up, Dre? Corey Lee? What's up,
Y'all got a
everyone
beat
in the
going on I
chat?
don't know about?
I don't know, but he just
He sent
taking
shots.
shots.
He out here like Adam out here like John Morant.
Ooh,
You.
what about me?
Oh, easy.
What about you?
Easy.
What about me, Corey?
Nothing. Nah,
Nah,
relax.
just
Relax.
Nothing. We kidding. We family. We're brothers. We're happy and we're singing and we're colored.
Come on,
good.
Okay. Okay. So Lee, I just talked about Jalen Brunson being the best point guard in the NBA right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
And how this season, his freshman season with the Knicks, has proven to me and to others that Jalen Brunson, if given the tools he needs, can perform at said level and may, at 26 years old, only be scratching the surface. What say you?
I say facts. Listen, when we first got him, I knew that he was going to be a game changer. I knew it from the rip. I don't know what it was. I think it was me watching him over in Dallas and watching him dismantle Utah by himself. But I mean, I knew it from the rip. He was going to be something special.
Okay. All right. So I didn't know from the rip, bro. I didn't know. I thought he's 17 points a game, 5 assists. That's what I thought we was getting, to be honest.
Thought you was getting Raymond Felton numbers?
I thought we was getting a slim, in shape Felton, maybe.
Yeah.
Because if you remember, Raymond Felton had the same type of. You remember the playoff performance Charlotte against LeBron and them, and Ray Felton went off.
Yeah,
and we were like, holy crap, man! If we could get Raymond Felton, surprise, we got Raymond Felton.
He almost made an All-Star team.
Yeah,
he was like 18 and 10 or something like that with Amari.
Yeah,
somewhere around there, somewhere around those numbers.
Yeah,
he didn't have the offensive repertoire as Brunson, clearly.
Nah, he ain't had
not even close. Not even the half of it.
But his pops around here, bro, is a legend. Raymond Felton pops is a street ball legend around here, bro. This dude, if he had some size to him, bro, that dude would have been Kevin Johnson, Tim Hardaway, bro. You know what I'm saying? But
it's always like that, Freezie. Like the family or that doesn't make it, or if they do make it to the league and they're a role player, they instill a certain level of competency from jump.
Yeah.
And then they just build on it.
Yeah, man. And then their son come along playing on the little basketball hoop in the living room. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I know. I know what it's like. My son's in them. I got a son.
So that means you got a grandkid that's coming to the league, is what you're saying, Freezie.
My son, my son his claim to fame is he blocked Ja Morant dunk. Oh. He blocked the Ja Blunt dunk and he blocked the Ja shot. They played the same. They're the same age. They played in the same conference.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Ja. Ja ran into him. And you ever seen a bug hit a windshield?
Yeah. Oh damn.
Now listen. Ja's 1,000 times more talented and took basketball 1,000 times more serious. But my baby could. He is like the stocky built. Lee, you know what I'm talking about. You know the dude that play is the athlete at the school. He on a wrestling team.
He could do anything.
Yeah. Athletic out the world to play some of everything. Yeah, you like a jack of all trades with a master learn.
Yeah. He like the first baseman or the catcher. He the DN.
Strong safety.
Yeah.
So if he
Yeah.
got anything like your personality, he just a lot of groups of people know him from something.
Yeah. They know. Yeah. He was all conference wrestling. He was
Wow.
all of that. Yeah. He was that guy. You know what I'm saying? But he didn't have all the. To get to the NBA, you got to be special, bro. To get to the
Yeah,
NBA, you got to be special.
it's the top 1% of the 1%.
Yeah.
It's only but like 380 players in there.
Yeah, man.
At any given moment.
Yep.
It ain't like football. There's thousands in football.
Yeah, there's thousands of football players everywhere, bro. There's practice squads, all types of leagues, and
Yeah.
but my thing is I think Jalen Brunson is just scratching. Well, I'm drinking water, right? I'm drinking water, and water's got me feeling like. But anyway,
Pumped up.
I'm trying to. Adam, get your energy up.
My energy way up.
Adam, get your energy up. You out here letting people put Knicks point guards. We talking about Knicks point guards, and you didn't even mention a Knicks point guard, bro. Who's your okay? So guessing on Adam's age, I'm thinking Adam probably saw Stephon Marbury, right? Stephon Marbury is probably Adam's best point guard of his lifetime.
I was so hyped when we got him.
Nope.
Yeah.
I was so hyped. but Freezie, he's at bare minimum next year. He's the best point guard in the East. Bare minimum. There is no point guard in this conference better than him.
No.
Not even close.
No.
And if they Freezie, I'm not gonna lie to you. If they had the format for All NBA next season this year,
yeah,
Brunson would have made it. It's just there was only 6 slots for guards.
Right.
And he's just now arrived. Like there's like a grace period when a guy arrives in the NBA. Like when Dame Lillard had his breakout season, he didn't make All NBA.
Right.
He made it the next year.
Right.
When he was slowly figuring it out, and it's all reputation as well.
Right.
But Brunson's skill level and his leadership,
right,
it speaks words, and it speaks a ton of words, and it's something that he's earned over the course of. I mean, it's something I want to say, Freezie, he's had since he was a high schooler.
Yeah.
He was the best player in the country.
Yeah.
In high school, he came to college, learned how to be the second guy.
Right.
Then took the reins as the best player in college.
Yeah.
And he came to the NBA, learned how to be one of the guys on the team.
Yeah.
Then assume the role as the best player on the team.
Yeah.
And it's a mentality that he's definitely gotten from his father. The ability to assimilate, because his father had to grind for every contract he ever got into the league.
Yep.
So he instilled that work ethic, and he's only just taking it further to another level.
And the thing I liked about Rick was like what Rick did was he made Jalen go to a now, and I know everybody don't understand this because basketball for the most part is competitive in certain high schools in New York. But on the college level, it ain't necessarily it. Manhattan ain't nobody. Fordham ain't nobody. St. John's ain't nobody. Right now. I'm talking about right now. Right now. I'm talking about right now. No disrespect. But it's not the Philly 5. Right? It's not Temple. It's not Villanova. It's not St. Joe's. You know what I'm saying? It's not that. And so Rick played at one of the Philly 5, right? Rick played at Temple under a legendary coach, right? I forget what's the coach at Temple?
Chaney.
John Chaney, that's him.
It used to be Chaney.
Yeah,
you
that's who it
changed.
was.
But
When Rick Brunson
that
was
was
there.
his coach.
Yeah,
Right,
and
with Brunson, yeah, John Chaney.
yeah, and then Don Chaney, and yeah, Rick
Mm-hmm.
Brunson was there right after. Man, you remember Mark Macon?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Man, I
Mm-hmm.
thought Mark Macon.
Mm-hmm.
Man, yo, every time I
Mm-hmm.
see Moses Moody, I think Mark Macon, even though they play different positions. To me, they
Mm-hmm.
look, they walk, and they got similar body language. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? Even though they play different styles, right? But
Uncle
then
Freeze, you remember when what's his name was going to run up when Don Chaney was going to run up on my man from Kentucky?
now he was
um,
at UMass,
he was at
Calipari.
UMass, Calipari, yeah, right,
When he
okay,
was
at
at
UMass,
UMass,
right,
yeah,
right,
yeah,
right. I remember that boy. He's gonna run up on him and do him dirty, man.
yeah. He's gonna
Oh man,
snuff him, bro.
yes he was,
Yeah,
yes he
he's
was
gonna
for that old
snuff
dude.
him.
At
You know how old,
75 years old.
yeah, bully.
Word,
He had his fist ball up.
yeah, he had them dukes up. He was ready to go. He was
Yeah,
ready to go, yo.
yeah. That old man had his fist ball up, bro. He was ready.
hmm Right,
But
yeah, he was at UMass. You're right, you're right. He was at
yeah,
UMass.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Cambion on.
Yeah,
and
it can be. Yeah, it can be.
and to me, just I know it's off topic, but to me, that's that team that Calipari built at UMass is how you're supposed to build a basketball team, right?
hmm
You have a great center, a floor general at point guard, a two guard that can play the point, but is the scoring option. And then them wing players, bro, they had like 5 wing players that they could just rotate in and out, rotate in and out, rotate in and
Yeah,
out.
that's a
Hold
nasty
on a second.
squad.
You forget about one person before we all those extra pieces you're talking about, and that was Lou Rowe. Lou Rowe was the
No,
one
I
who
ain't forget
started.
about him. I was just about to say him.
Oh, my bad, my bad.
But remember, Lou Rowe left the year before UMass made the Final Four. Remember, he came out early. Lou Rowe
Yes, he did.
came out a
He
year
did.
early before they made the Final Four, right? But
Mm-hmm.
Lou Rowe was a baller. Remember, Lou Rowe was actually starting that center for he was like they 5 or undersized 5, and then they put Camby in
Mm-hmm.
there as the freshman, as the up and coming, because Camby didn't
hmm
start as a freshman, bro. He just came, you put
hmm
him in there, and then he kind of like get integrated into the system, and then he was a hot
Mm-hmm.
shot sophomore. Lou Rowe junior year, then Lou Rowe leave, and then or however it is. But they had Dana Dingle and Dante Bright. You couldn't leave nothing
Yep.
on the
That's
rim,
a
bro.
bright. Wow.
You couldn't leave. You remember
Wow.
Travieso? And
Yep.
so they had Travieso and Edgar and
Back in
Padilla.
Padilla.
Padilla,
Padilla. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, that's the
Dang.
perfect way you build a
Wow.
team. A 3-guard rotation. You know what I'm saying? You got a
hmm
floor general, a combo guard coming off the bench. You know
hmm
what I'm saying? And then your wings, they locking down everybody. And then any offensive yo, I saw UMass. I saw UMass play against, was it Kentucky? It was one of the Blue Bloods. It might have been Duke or Kentucky or UCLA. I can't remember, but
I think it was Kentucky you're talking about, but go ahead.
but Padilla was red hot, right? He shot a 3 from 27 feet, and everyone was like, "Oh my god!" The only thing about it is he was about 5'11", 6'5", 5'11", so he would have never made it in the pros, right? Because the Jalen Brunson type point guard wasn't gonna make it in the pros back then, right? But the thing about it is, he shot another 3, and it hit off the front of the rim and hit the backboard, and 3 UMass leapers put the ball back at one time. And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
God, and they got all the athletes over there. They got all the athletes, all of 6'7" wing players, 40-inch verticals, all of that. But anyway, the point that I'm getting at about Jalen Brunson is, I think this is the tip of the iceberg for Jalen Brunson.
He's a superstar, man.
Yeah,
For
he is a
real.
superstar, bro.
He's definitely a
He is,
superstar, man.
and I know people don't want to admit this, but I think Jalen Brunson is in the Damian Lillard, Steph Curry conversation.
Ooh.
I think you got to put him there. And
Okay.
the reason why I say you got to put them there is because those guys. The only difference between those guys and Jalen Brunson is 5 shots a game.
Mm.
If Jalen Brunson took 5 more shots a game,
Mm-hmm.
he would be them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because Dre, who is more impactful? Who is more impactful for their team, Damian Lillard or Jalen Brunson?
Oh, I mean, on a given year, like
No, I'm talking about right now. I'm talking about right now. Just
right
now.
this
Right now.
second.
Right. Yeah, right now.
It's hard to say, but Jalen Brunson, right this second,
Yeah.
Jalen Brunson.
I'm not talking about
It's
the
hard.
resumes,
It's
right?
hard. It's
Yeah,
hard for sure.
I'm not talking about the resumes because if we talk about resumes, Jalen Brunson ain't even in the conversation.
Yeah, for sure. But
I'm talking about right now.
It's one of those things where like you could say SGA takes I think 2 more shots than Jalen Brunson, like 2.5 more shots, something like that. And if we're keeping it a buck in terms of production, efficiency, leadership, and all that stuff, Jalen is a top 5 point guard right now.
Right.
Bare minimum top 5.
I'd
only put
5 ahead of him. Other 4 ahead of him.
I'd put Curry. I'd put Shy, just marginally, not a whole lot ahead. Just I put Luca.
Luca before Dame.
Yeah.
Word. Okay. That's cool. Okay.
And then it can be a toss up between. It depends how you view Kyrie and Dame, but that's about.
Kyrie got handles. I ain't gonna front. Now.
It depends on how you view them.
Yeah,
that's
Kyrie.
Right. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, Kyrie Irving doesn't impact winning
Right.
at all. I mean, he's a great talent. I'm not. Listen,
he's a weapon.
Yes, but his impact on winning, where is it?
I can agree with that. Well, then it's. I'm not, honestly. Well, I'll say Dame is a little bit better than Brunson right this second, in my opinion.
I'm gonna say that Brunson is better than Dame right now, and I feel confident saying it because you can't say that Jalen Brunson has more weapons than
Dame Lillard.
Yeah.
I can't say that, but also to a point.
Wasn't Dame hurt most of the
Chauncey
season?
Billups is not a really good basketball. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Nah, he's not a basketball mind, bro. He's
not
Kidd.
a good basketball because I'm keeping it about Freezie. If we gave them Tibbs, they would probably win 45-ish games.
They'd have won 50 games with Tibbs, I think.
Yeah, so like I won't throw him under the bus in terms of like winning because we've seen Dame win 50 plus games multiple times, get to a Western Conference Finals.
But
so
but yeah, that was in the past though.
But I think at a skill level right now, he's at his pinnacle skill wise right now. Dame Lillard.
At his very best at this moment.
Yeah, because he's dropping. He was going on tears, averaging 40 this season. It's just his team was not necessarily the best coached or very good. Or then they were very injured a lot. Nurkic missed like 50 games this year.
Okay.
So I'll say Brunson is 5 in my mind. 5. Guys listed at point guard. He's better than De'Aaron Fox. He's definitely better than Tyrese Halliburton. He's better than Harden. He's better than he's better than Trae Young.
He's better than Curry.
Oh, facts.
Nah,
he's better than Luka.
I can't do that.
He's better than SGA is the only one that I struggle with. And
that's a change. That's a change of heart, Freezie. Because you said he was a stat pattern.
Yeah, I know, but I have to. I do research, man. I research all the time, bro.
Yeah, and for sure. Yeah.
The funny thing about SGA is this. When I saw his name, I never thought about his name, and then I thought about the R&B group, and I was like, "Yo, this dude, mama named him." Yo, where the hood at? Where the hood, where the hood, where the hood at? Where the hood, where the hood, where the hood at? Where the hood, where the hood, where the hood? Yo, she named her baby. That's like, yo, that's like no lie, man. That point guard Jodeci Wright.
He
Yo,
played smooth like the R&B group too.
Facts, Dre, facts, word.
yeah. We out here
Yes.
naming our kids after music groups.
R&B groups, word. Well, they naming kids after cars and medicine. So come here, Lexus. Come here, Mito.
I knew someone named Nissan, so.
Oh no, Mercedes, come here, Mercedes. Get over here.
Mercedes. Yeah.
What's up, Kev?
Hoodie Cap, peace.
Hello, everyone.
Your audio is terrible. You got a light behind you?
How you say my audio is terrible, and then you say is there a light behind you? Like the audio and the visual are two different things. Which one is it?
No, both are crazy.
Yeah, that's the bright light. That's
I can't even see
look,
your face.
a little foggy.
I'm at work and I'm in the lobby and I got it dimmed in here.
So you bragging? I'm at work.
This is not something to
got
brag
the best
about.
background here.
Yeah.
I'm just
send
the ambiance up.
The ambiance is really giving George Gervin a run for his money, though.
Bim.
I feel I need a glass of scotch.
Now take that. If you at work, drink your scotch. Ain't you the boss?
There is a whole bar next door that I have.
You the boss, right? I mean,
no drinking on the job. No drinking on the job.
Yeah, hey, you know what?
Ray.
Hey, Lee, and you know what? I thought that was a thing, right? And so I told my boss, he poured him a double shot of scotch like he was Tom Willis or something, right?
Wow.
And you know me, I'm like, hey, what you doing? He like, I'm gonna drink me a double shot of scotch. Why you in my office? And I'm like, we supposed to be meeting and you in here drinking? And he was like, yeah. And I was like,
you loosen up a little bit. You kind of loosen up.
And Bully, I'm like, but HR just put out a thing. He's like, yo, you know who HR work for?
Me.
And I was like, yeah, you got me. You got me. Yeah. So, yeah.
I really only came on here tonight because Uncle Freezie, as usual, is talking that nonsense. And somebody had to come up here and stop him from talking this nonsense.
See how I force people to think.
You sure you ain't been drinking?
Yeah, you sure you ain't been sipping on some scissor?
I'm 100%. I've been sipping on to keep me up. I've been sipping on this brisk fruit punch.
Said 100 proof.
Hoodie Cav, can I ask you a question?
Nothing but sugar.
Why do you, as a man that is old as dirt, drink and eat like a little kid? I bet you got gummy worms in your pocket right now.
No, I don't.
So you ran out.
The snack on tonight, I have some White Castle chicken sliders.
Bully, look at this.
I'll peep it. Oh,
I'm giving a lot of free promotion out tonight. A lot of free promotion.
I bet.
Man, I hope you near the bathroom, dude.
Yeah, I bet you gonna be farting like a dog. About 3 o'clock, you gonna be popping the clutch.
The bathroom is right there, man. Woo! No, that's the murder burger for real.
Yeah, and following it up with a sugary drink.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
that stomach of yours, man.
You gonna be pepper spraying your employees about 3 o'clock, bro.
Oh, luckily I'm the only one here.
Okay, all right.
Until about 7 a.m.
Okay.
Oh man.
But the last time I was on here, and Dre can speak to this. The last time I was on here, we were talking about Coach Tibbs and how he had to go, right? And I had brought up other coaches who have won championships and gotten fired. And Uncle argument, his rebuttal was, oh, well, this coach has such and such player, and he has such and such player. So now the Knicks have the best point guard in the NBA, right? So So since they got the best point guard in the NBA, there's no excuse for Tom.
I did that just now. I'm magic. Did y'all see? I'm magic. Y'all see how I froze Hoodie Cav?
Caught him in
Hoodie
mid-air.
Yo, shut up, Hoodie Cav. That's what we did just now. We froze him. Hoodie Cav, you was froze just now with your point. Go ahead with your point.
But no, that's it because
we didn't hear it because you froze.
What part? What's the last part that you heard?
You said he has no excuse.
Yes, he has no excuse because Uncle Freezie says, well, such and such head coach has this player. So the Knicks have the best point guard in the league and the second best power forward in the league. So what's Tom Thibodeau's excuse? Because you just said, oh, he don't got these players, his coach has this team has da 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 da. So which one is it? Tell me, Uncle Freezie. Tell me.
Which one is what? Which one is
like Drew Hill said? Tell me,
Freezie. Before you answer, Freezie, I wanted to point out something about Tom Thibodeau. I was watching the NBA Combine and Tom Thibodeau was there, even though we ain't got no draft pick. And for some reason, he was there, so that lets me know we're gonna be signing 2 combo guards that are 6'4", undrafted. To the summer league roster, 2 or 3 of them off top.
And he gonna make one. And he gonna make one play point. And he gonna make one play power forward. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why he think he could just grab them and just they like Play-Doh, bro.
But you can answer his question.
Yeah. Not what Hoodie Cav what Hoodie Cav wants is Tom Thibodeau gone at all costs. And listen, I have this thing, I have this epiphany, and I shared it with Dre earlier.
That you went to Tiffany's?
Yes. Yes. Yeah, I had an epiphany. I went to Tiffany's. Right? But here's the thing. I had an epiphany earlier, and I was at the very edge of saying or declaring that the Knicks should acquire Damian Lillard. I since backed off as I continue to do more research. Right? I was at the tip of because some things you say privately, you know what I'm saying, you don't necessarily say publicly because you want to make sure you are of sound mind and body before you say it. Right?
You doing the Joe Hill?
Yeah.
Okay.
But the one thing I don't think we should do is because and here's the thing. Ultimately, the reason why I backed off is because I don't think a roster of talented individuals win championships. I think a roster of talented guys that know how to play together win championships. Right? When I look at the Phoenix Suns this year, I saw Chris Paul, Devin Booker, Kevin Durant, DeAndre Ayton, Torrey Craig, a whole bunch of talented cats. But that talent didn't win, and it should have. Right? And Dre, you remember when we did our predictions? I predicted the Phoenix Suns to be the NBA champs, remember?
Yeah, I had them going. I think I had them going there too.
Yeah, I had them winning the NBA because they had the most talented roster.
Yep.
But excuse me, they lost in the same round of the playoffs as we did.
Phoenix's talent is top heavy. Because once you get past them players, they ain't got nobody else.
Right.
So it's very heavy at the bottom and it thins.
And for that reason, I think the Knicks are not going to trade for Karl Anthony Towns.
I would regret that so badly if you did.
Listen, hold on. I want to stop everybody.
I would quit being a Knicks fan.
We need to stop in Knicks land right now and let me preach to you about why Karl Anthony Towns.
We need to stop.
Why Karl Anthony? Have you ever seen the movie Honk for Jesus, Save Your Soul?
Yeah.
So I'm about to preach y'all like the preacher. Right, like what's his name? I can't think.
Well, but before you get to it, Kev,
I don't have a Prada suit on though.
Before you get to it, Kev, I'm just letting you know. in a year, Karl Towns will make just as much as Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle at the same time.
At the same time.
What difference is it coming out of your
What
pocket?
you mean? What difference it make?
Is it coming out of your pocket?
Dre, let him go, Dre. Let him go.
It comes out of the salary cap.
Here's the thing, right? So, if we had
Hoodie Kev, I'm gonna put you on ISO cam so you can go. Okay.
I don't need to be on
everybody.
ISO cam.
I don't need to be
on ISO cam. What's
I'm gonna put him on ISO.
Here's the thing, everybody. And I don't know why Uncle Freezie has decided to do this like this back in the old days. Let's talk about the cap, like that can't be manipulated or anything else like that. The Knicks fans are like, he doesn't play defense. He's soft. But then we have this generational talent at the center position that doesn't come along. As Uncle Freezie has said, he is statistically the best shooting three-point center of all time. That's a real stretch five. A stretch five that can get you 25 points, 12 rebounds, a block, 3 to 4 assists a game. And I don't see why y'all don't, because he doesn't play defense, but yet y'all complain because the team is too defensive oriented as it already is. I don't understand where the disconnect is coming from about having the third best center in the league on your team.
Oh, okay. All right.
How is that a problem?
I'll answer. I'll rebuttal.
Rebuttal.
He's been descending in points per game every year for the last 4 years. Right?
Let's look this up.
He hasn't averaged. He averaged a block every year of his career until this year. He's slowing down physically.
He's slowing down at 27?
Yeah. Have you seen? He's been getting injured. He missed 60 games this year.
Is he the?
He missed 60 games this year, Kev. 60.
Hey, him and Thibodeau ain't gonna play together. So you are you
another reason to get rid of Tibbs? Like we need more reasons to get rid of. You're making my point for me, Uncle Freezie.
No, I'm not making a point. I just added data. I just added some information. That's all.
His playoff statistics are comparable to Randall. It's not that much better than Randall's.
So hold on. So let's get this straight. So he went from 26, 24, 24 to 20, but he only played in 29 games. So I don't really say that this season is a microcosm of.
He's missed 100 and something games in the last 4 years, though. In the last 4 years, he's missed 114 games or something. Yes, he played 35 games.
35, 50, 74, 29.
That's not good. That's not good.
It's not good.
Especially for a big man. That's in this NBA that's going to be asked to cover guards on the perimeter, get back into the paint. Like, he's slowly deteriorating.
So let's say you have a guy who probably doesn't want to be where he is, who isn't happy, and goes to a place where he wants to be and is motivated. Does that ring a bell like that's ever happened to anyone?
But I don't want a guy that mails it in just because he's not happy.
Right. Okay.
That's like saying you don't want Kevin Durant.
It's Kevin Durant didn't mail it in anywhere he went.
I don't want no Kevin Durant. You can keep him.
Yeah.
When have you seen Kevin Durant mail it in?
Okay, he mails it in.
When?
When he was literally like this probably past season.
He did mail it in this season. He averaged the same amount of numbers he always averages.
That just goes to the exceptional skill of Kevin Durant.
Kevin Durant.
But you just said Karl Towns is an exceptional generational talent, right?
Is he not an exceptional? Hold on. Let's say the play. Let's look at
you
his
said
skill
exceptional,
set.
but come on.
Is his skill set not a generational type of skill set for his position?
Not anymore.
Take the injuries alone. Take the injuries away. Take whatever. His talent alone.
Oh, that's hypothetical thinking.
Kev.
It's not hypothetical thinking. I'm saying his talent is generational.
Kev,
like
look
if you
up
were the Monstars and you took Carl Anthony Towns' talent,
Kev,
Space Jam, you would be a beast if you took his pure talent.
Kev, look up Kristaps Porzingis numbers this year.
Kristaps Porzingis isn't as talented as Carl Anthony Towns is. Y'all talking about everything else under the sun. I'm talking about pure physical talent.
No, nah.
Like Carl
I would have said Carl Towns. I would have said Carl Towns is more skilled
and get you 20 points a game. Like he will roll out of bed and I'm going to go you 20 points today just because I feel like it.
Do me a favor, look up Kristaps' numbers this year.
Let me look up
just do it, please. And before I would say Carl Towns was more skilled than Kristaps when they first came to the league, but he's shifted into taking more and more threes. He's afraid of the mid post. He's afraid of the mid range jumper. He doesn't go back down to the post anymore.
Since when?
Since this year. Since the last few years, actually. So his shot profile has changed.
Let's take a time out. Now, I want to give you an example. This season, Julius Randle's taking more 3-point shots than he ever has in any other season.
We're talking about
Hold on. I'm about to explain to you. Why. Why do you think Julius Randle's taking more threes this season than he has ever?
Because we decided to change our shot profile to be more modern. That's why. Tibbs wanted to emphasize
player on the team who drives to the hole and occupies the same space that Julius Randle does in Jalen Brunson.
That's not the reason why, though.
Brunson occupies the same space that Julius Randle occupies. And since Jalen Brunson is the ball handler, you have to shift what Julius Randle does. Maybe
if you ask Tom Thibodeau,
that's why, because of the player that was added. So in Carl Anthony Towns' situation, he takes more perimeter shots because the team added a player who occupies the same space that he did when they brought in Rudy Gobert. That's why you probably saw Carl Anthony Towns on the perimeter more often than this past season than you have before, because he can't both be down there at the same time, because you're not going to ask Rudy Gobert to be on the perimeter.
And that shows that it doesn't work. It doesn't work. That's all I'm reading is that it didn't work.
Of course, it didn't work in Minnesota. That's the experiment with Rudy Gobert, Carl Anthony Towns was never going to work from the get-go.
Rudy can't shoot worth for nothing.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna say this thing, Kev.
Past season, because of look who he's on the court with.
Kev, I'll say this.
You have to change things, just like Julius Randle had to change things because of who he's sharing the court with.
Kev, I'll say this. You say you can manipulate the cap. This is not the NFL. You can't really manipulate the cap in the NBA. And there's a new thing in the CBA called aprons. And once you keep going over a certain apron, they take away the mid-level exception from you. They take away other exceptions that allow you to have depth, right? So when you try to get a contract, and I'll read you Cat's contract. Carl Towns next year. Listen. Carl Towns next year is going to make $36 million. The year after that he's guaranteed for, he's going to make $50 million. The year after that, $54. The year after that, $58. The player option is $62 million. And all of those years cost more than Brunson and Randle combined. Logically, if you're trying to get Carl Towns, you're not going to be able to build the depth around him to be able to mask his flaws as he's getting older and depreciate, like being less mobile. Because he's getting hurt every year now at this point. Legitimately. He's getting lower leg injuries every single year. He's missed 114 games over the last 4 years. You can't tell me that's a good thing. That's not good. Like,
you stuck?
Is everybody frozen?
No, I ain't froze.
I think Kevin's stuck.
Well, he froze.
Yeah, he's froze, but
the
Wolves are gonna try to get up from under that contract as soon as possible.
Where will he go?
I don't know, but they're gonna shop him as soon as possible to try to.
He coming to the Knicks.
Oh my God! Don't.
Nah, man. Please, no.
He gonna come over here
man.
and he gonna turn into McDice.
Ooh.
Turning to McDice. He's already McDice.
I won't say that yet, but
Yo, when McDice came here, man, he was on his last leg when he got here. Man.
He had an Achilles injury, and that
yes,
took him out
he had
for
an Achilles. Yes,
50
yes,
something
sir,
games.
Yep, I remember that, man. When he got, he was doo-doo on the stick when he got here. Mm-hmm.
No, no. McDice had the microfracture in his knee.
No, that's what I'm talking about. Like, he couldn't move up and down.
I'm talking about Carl Towns. Carl Towns had the calf.
No. I'm talking about McDice.
Yeah,
I'm talking about McDice. Mm-hmm.
But like, that contract is abysmal, and his numbers, even efficiency, is going down as the years go by. Like, I'm not about to pretend. Carl Towns is a talented
That's a lot
player,
of money, man.
But the juice out of the squeeze isn't worth it.
Yeah.
I'm not about to dump on Carl Towns and say he's not nice. He's a very good player.
Yeah, he's a good player.
Is he pay him $50 million and put you over the cap apron? Cap apron over the course of 4 years in a row? Good? No,
he's gonna look for a multiple deal. He's gonna look for a multiple year deal.
He already got his extension.
Yeah, he already got.
Oh, okay. So he already got the extension. Oh, well, see,
and that extension is a terrible extension.
And Dre, and in fairness to Cat, that $61 million joint, he's not going to accept that in that 2027 year.
We don't know that, Freezie. If he keeps getting hurt, then he will.
And what if he gets better?
That's hoping.
What I'm saying is I'm not going to do the what if game with it, right? Just say the Cat is talented because he's a talented dude, right?
Yeah.
My thing is in the final year of that, he's not taking that, bro. You know what I'm saying?
We don't know, but we don't know that. Because
Dre, hold on. Let me finish my thought.
I'll let you finish. It's my fault.
The thing is, when you're that talented, when you have the number one pick in the draft talent, when you have all-star level production, you call the shots, right? You call the shots, bro. Right? The reason why we look at Cat a certain way is because Minnesota's organization is a losing organization. But if Cat was putting up these numbers for the Celtics, we would be oh my God, Cat's the greatest thing since. You know what I'm saying? It's how we look at Jalen Brown, right? We look at Jalen Brown one way because he's winning with the Celtics, and we look at Brandon Ingram another way because he's losing with the Pelicans, right?
Well, I think they're both on the same level. Personally,
situations dictate how you're viewed. It's the reason why I started the conversation with how good Jalen Brunson is, right? If Jalen Brunson was doing in a place, if Jalen Brunson was not on the Knicks and he was doing this in a place that was respected, we'd be talking about Jalen Brunson is a top 3-point guard in the NBA, right? If Jalen Brunson was putting up these type of numbers in San Antonio, or Jalen Brunson was putting up these type of numbers in Denver with Jokic, right? We'd be like, oh my God, man, we got to trade everybody on the roster for this guy. And the thing with Cat, and if you know, it's the same thing that's happening to Karl Anthony Towns. And I'm not a proponent of Cat, right? I just understand that Minnesota is a hot mess. The same thing that happened to Karl Anthony Towns was the impending thing that was happening to all the offensive players in Utah with Rudy Gobert, right? Once Cat's gone, the same thing is going to happen to Anthony Edwards, in my opinion, right? I think Anthony Edwards is the guy. I think Anthony
that dude.
Yeah, I think he the guy. I think he better than SGA, right?
I agree.
But at the same time, when you have a defensive center in the paint that's clogging up your offense, right? And then at the same time, he's not the same defender that he used to be. And you paying him 38% of your salary cap.
Stupid money.
Now you're like, oh God, dog, I can't even Like for instance, their best lineup to me is with Cat at the 5, the young power forward off the bench. Is it McDaniels? Or did they trade him?
McDaniels.
He's still there.
No, Jaden.
Jalen McDaniels.
McDaniels and Anthony Edwards, when they put all those athletes on the floor at the same time, and you have a serious flow to the basketball game because your 5 can pass the ball and shoot it and dribble, bro, I think that's their best. But you know what, though? When you get a Rudy Gobert, and now the dribble handoff is not being respected because Rudy Gobert is not shooting threes. Rudy Gobert is not going to size up nobody and look to dribble pass or shoot. Right? When Cat was in those spots, Cat was dangerous. The rest of the roster was whack. You feel me? So if you're talking about bringing Karl Anthony Towns here to be the 5, if he's the 5 man, and Jalen Brunson is all of a sudden running the pick and roll, and he passes to a big man rolling to the rim with hands that can catch in traffic, that can finish around the rim. Now your shooters that are shooting contested jump shots, now your Grimes get that much more space to shoot open 3-pointers. And I know Dre know this, or Jay know all this stuff already. Right, but all I'm getting at, and now while I'm not a proponent of Karl Anthony Towns, right? I'm not a proponent of a big man. Period. I don't want to put money in a big man. I think we already paid too much money. We paid too much money for Mitch. We paid too much money for Hartenstein. I would rather go get journeyman. Okay.
No, I think there's a difference between paying too much for the wrong big man. Like if you have a Jokic, a Towns, or Embiid, you pay for that because that type of talent doesn't come around every day.
No, Hoodie Cav, you missed what I'm saying. You missed what I was saying.
I'm not putting Karl Towns in that bracket.
I said I am not paying for that. Now, if you pay for Jokic, that's what you feel like you can do to win. With me, I'm not paying for that because there are too many Nas Reeds out there. There are too many Daniel Gaffords out there. There are too many Jared Vanderbilts out there that I can rotate.
I have a question.
I'm sure you do, but I just want to finish my thought.
No, yeah, go ahead.
My thing is there are too many athletic big men out there that you can rotate at the position and win with them. But teams that don't have enough backcourt players in a backcourt and wing era, the rules are legislating big men and defense out of the league, and we're talking about going and getting more big men in defense.
Let me ask. I just want to answer this question. Yeah. Actually, there's 2 questions.
No, I'm not. First, I'm not on trial here, bro.
No, you're not on trial.
This ain't the people's court. I'm not on the witness stand.
I'll make
if you got a point,
because I'm going to shut it down. I'm going to shut that whole argument down.
Like Skepta, shut down.
The last 4 MVPs are centers and power forwards.
Right.
Let's mark that out. All the guards that you speak of, the last 4 MVPs of the league have been 2 power forwards.
Only one of them have a championship though.
Hold on. One of them has a championship. The other one could very well be on his way to winning his first.
Right. Okay.
Jokic could win his first MVP. I mean, they won tonight. So they're 6 games away from winning a championship. So if Nas Reed was 6 games away from leading his team to a championship, I wouldn't have a leg to stand on. But a center is 6 games away from leading his team to an NBA championship.
You can say that, but there's nothing that dictates Karl Towns plays like Jokic.
You know, he said Uncle Freezie said a big man. All I'm saying is a big man has won the last 4 MVPs. Actually, 5 if you want to consider Kevin Durant a big man.
He's not, but
I mean, technically he's 6'11". He's not a guard.
Hey, Hoodie Cav is doing a
small
classic
forward
case of of taking a little bit of what you said and stretching it wafer thin.
No, you said
you
I'm
are
the
a
big
great
fan. I
wafer
get
maker, bro.
Nas Reed out there.
You are
Nas
a
Reed
great
ain't winning
wafer maker,
MVPs.
bro.
Nas Reed ain't
Can I
winning his
make a
team
point?
championships.
Carl Towns ain't winning one either. So just
Can I make a
putting
point?
it out there. He's not.
Hey, BT, what's good, man? How you doing?
What
Hey,
up,
good
Brian?
morning, guys. Thank you for having me on the show, Uncle Freezie. I always love being
Peace.
on here. But
Yeah, man.
I just want to hear you guys' thoughts. I did some idea training, like what we can do as Knicks, and I thought if the Knicks can make some moves, I know, fingers crossed. I know not everything's possible, but if we were to get a team like our starting five were to be Brunson, RJ, Herb Jones, Randall, Nas Reed. Then off the bench we have IQ, Grimes, Terrence Ross, Jalen McDaniels, Hartenstein. Or if we don't have Hartenstein, we can get Wagner and trade Mitchell and Toppin. And then basically you think we could win with that type of style team with the coaching we have?
What are you trying to achieve?
So what do you think? If you put that team together, what do you think that team can do?
I think, okay, for me, I think it would help because RJ would get more attention and he'll be able to see more reads throughout the system to where he can learn to create better passing. I think the defense will be good with that. Plus, we have young talent coming off the bench and it's keeping the core. Plus, it allows our two key guys, Randall and Brunson, to keep their flow. And all we're asking our dudes with the expert help, especially of Herb Jones and Terrence Ross and Jalen McDaniels to help us out on defense will be covered. And it's not an expensive salary cap. It's basically well balanced to me. So I think we could actually, with those minor adjustments, defense and offensively, we could do it. But I just wanted to see if it was,
What did you get for Randall again?
Randall's still on the team.
Yeah,
Randall's still on the team.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm running it back. It's going to be Brunson, RJ Barrett, Herb Jones, Randall, Nazir Reed. That's the starting five. Off the bench, IQ, Grimes, Terrence Ross, Jalen McDaniels, Hartenstein, or Wagner from the Magic. And I was saying put Mitchell and Toppin on the block for some picks or make some moves.
Okay.
RJ and Herb at the 2 and 3 are not.
Yeah, that might be
shooters.
Yeah, they might
that
be
you want to rely on to space.
Well,
Nas Reed can shoot though. Nas Reed can definitely shoot.
Mm-hmm.
But it depends. Ultimately, it depends on who the coach is. Because if Tom Thibodeau's here,
same coach.
Tom Thibodeau's here. Tom Thibodeau's gonna make Nas Reed try to play like Mitch Robinson.
Okay, so then that's a bad idea. Nah, that's why I asked. I was like, there's something I'm missing.
Yeah.
Listen, I need a superstar talent on this team. Because a superstar talent on this team is going to get me one step closer to a championship. And nothing's guaranteed in life. Nothing is guaranteed.
Greg, let me get him.
Hoodie Kev, we already went down that road with Carmelo Anthony. And if we don't even look, we could see that with the Suns right now with KD.
We are.
Hold on. Hold on. The KD experiment in Phoenix isn't a done story.
No.
Situation,
he got traded.
Man, don't even go there. Open that book up, man.
No, no. Because of here's the thing. I don't think that team got off to the right type of. If anyone has ever played basketball, there has to be a certain type of cohesion that goes into any productive unit. And when there's no cohesion, and when you add someone like Kevin Durant, right? You can't just say, we have Kevin Durant, now we're just going to win. There has to be, like what happened with Brooklyn the last couple of years. There's no cohesion whatsoever because you can't be in and out, in and out, in and out. You have to have time to gel and sync with one another. Like if you don't have that on court time going to work. And from the outside looking in, it's like, oh, you have all that talent and it just didn't work.
What is that?
Well, Kev, hold on.
You didn't understand my point.
They didn't play that much.
What's going on with your superstar point, bro? That's the point.
This is my superstar point. Look at what they gave up. Look at all that they
Not you,
gave
bro.
up.
I'm talking about Hoodie Kev.
Oh, my
I
fault.
mean, is it over yet? I didn't know that.
I'm gonna
They're about to break up the whole band. I didn't
hold
know
on,
that already.
Kev, hold on.
They traded Kevin Durant for half the season?
Hold on, Kev. The idea of depth and building around certain guys, that whole concept, the way the new CBA is coming in, it's going to break up teams. Like, you're not understanding. Acquiring a $50 million player is going to make it that much harder to put good cohesion and good depth around said player. The new CBA is going to create aprons. And if you go over apron number 1, they remove the MLE. Then they remove the semi-annual NLE.
I'm very aware.
Okay, so
I don't know if you're talking to the audience. Or if you're talking
I'm speaking in general. I'm speaking in general. I'm speaking in general for those that don't know.
Cap situations. And when I say anything can be done, yes. Hold on. So when you say depth, right? Because this is where a lot of stuff gets misconstrued when you're talking about salary caps, right? You can fit. Okay, what's the salary cap now? I don't know what it is off the top of my head.
It's like somewhere 150, somewhere in there, I believe.
Are you sure?
But I don't think it's that high. But I have to go check again.
But
I'm thinking.
The salary cap is going to go up,
which is why Carl Towns' contract is going to be very high.
And so you have, as a salary cap raises, that you'll be able to fit more things in. Now, yes, when you have a player that's taking up a large chunk of that, let's say you have Mitchell Robinson's contract. Let's say you trade for you trade for Karl Anthony Towns. You have Mitch's contract, right? Which you can take and trade that and break that up into multiple things that fit into that number. So you don't have to go 1 for 12. You can go 1 for 3, and it's 4-4-4, right?
Well, okay, just real quick. You can do that right now, but once the CBA thing kicks in next summer, you can't do that no more. That's the reason why this new CBA is in place. But go ahead.
Yes, so and that is why I feel like the time to strike is now. Because once you go into it with the on your books, because let's not pretend the Knicks haven't been in salary cap hell for I don't know how long. We're kind of not in it now. But
we have been over the last 4 years.
Like I said, you have a lot of teams that will be in this situation. Now you can either have a generational talent or you can't.
Are you considering Cat a generational talent still?
He is a generational talent.
No, he's not.
Hell no, he isn't.
No, he's not.
Hoodie Cat.
Here's the thing. I think there's a disconnect because y'all talking about the player and not the player's talent. Well,
I'm considering that.
What Karl Anthony Towns can do when he's healthy on a basketball court, there's not that many people that can do the things that he can do.
Has it always? Has it consistently?
Money ain't gonna be right.
Hold on, but this is it. Y'all taking everything else and adding it into one pot.
Kev.
I said, what Karl?
He froze.
Hoodie Kev.
He froze, man.
Hoodie Kev. I was just saying about KD because, like, to go to Andre's point, what I was trying to build is a bunch of superstars around to attract a superstar that might want to come to us because we have a good supporting cast. Because at the same time, like Dre said, it's going to be impossible to create another Golden State or Miami or, have a super team and allow players to take those serious $20, $30 million pay cuts just to stay on the team and win together. So for me, I thought the balance that we have in our team would be good. But that's why I brought up Kevin Durant and said, like, what happened with them? The Suns lost all that defensive talent before they went to the finals. That team was pretty good. The only real flaw I thought they had was Chris Paul. But besides that, like, you could, and the same thing, we could even use the Melo example. That's prime example. We gave up all that talent and we didn't really go nowhere except for one playoff. Exactly.
I'll push back on that. We ain't really give up. We ain't really give up that much for Melo. I'm gonna keep it about.
But I don't want to get the team at the same time. I just want to get the team
for Melo. The supporting
This
cast
is
of
this is
Melo.
hey, BT. Hold on. This is what you gave up for Melo. Can
The
you say
only
it?
thing that was good out of there
Yeah,
was, I
Doug
believe.
McDermott.
Wait, hold
Gallinari,
yeah, Doug
on, hold
McDermott.
on. Wasn't
Osnar,
wasn't 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 the Jamal Murray in that deal?
No.
You sure?
Yes.
first round pick,
Denver. That first
2 months.
the 2014 first round pick wound up being Doug
Yep.
McDermott.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But what I'm saying still though is we still could have had pieces that could have helped with Melo. To me, that's what I. To be honest with you, that's why
Actually,
I always
Freezy,
use Melo.
that first rounder they acquired was part of that Carmelo deal that turned into Jamal Murray.
Mm.
But that was years
I
and
don't
years
know
and
if
years
that's. I
later.
don't know if that's true.
The New
I
York
don't
Knicks
know,
pulled the
but
trigger to bring in Carmelo Anthony to New York. Denver acquired the rights to swap their 2016 first round pick with the Knicks. And guess what that turned into? The
Okay,
Knicks
in
had the
2000.
seven.
Okay,
It was a swap that turned into Jamal Murray.
okay, that was okay. All
Mm.
right.
okay.
Okay.
So it kind of, sort of, not really, but yeah, kind of. It's a
Okay.
swap.
I,
So.
I was just trying to say we could have had that supporting cast around Melo. I just thought it would have helped us all
But that
all
was
around.
years later. So
Yeah.
the Jamal Murray you knew, we know
No,
now
not
was
yeah, yeah,
didn't
yeah, yeah.
exist
I'm
then.
not even talking
I
about
don't
Jamal
think it's.
Murray. I'm just saying, like, I thought Gallinari had potential. He could have helped out. Like, I thought a lot of those guys, Chandler could have still helped out on the boards. Like, I thought we had a chance. Like, if we had those guys with Melo, I think we would have been good. That's all I was saying.
I'll say this: Wilson Chandler is out the league at age 32 because he really wasn't that good.
Right.
So like, to
Let
put
put
it
them
this
under the
way, like
boards.
Harrison Barnes is still playing in the league, and we thought maybe
Yeah, Harrison
Wilson
Barnes
Chandler was
still
that
playing.
type of player.
Right.
Turned out he wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
Just flamed out relatively after
Mm-hmm.
getting to Denver for a little bit. But it's
I just
I,
don't think it's worth it to bring Cat over
I
here, man. Not with his thing,
I think
his
that thing was
contract.
overstated because we showed the ability to put talent around Melo. We won 54 games in spite of Amari missing however much time. So we just couldn't replicate that because we brought on uh Bargnani, which is egregious.
That's who Hoodie Kev wanted, though.
Oh, you mean the generational floor spacing big that was drafted number one?
Yeah, he was ahead of his time, bro. Bargnani is Carl Anthony Towns.
Where's he at now? He still with Atlanta?
I won't disrespect Carl Towns that bad.
No, but Hoodie Kev did have a point, and he right. And I think y'all were a little rough on Hoodie Kev.
I understand his point, but I don't think the juice is worth
just
the
hold it.
squeeze.
Okay,
My bad.
he's right.
My bad.
He's right. I got you. What I'm saying is bigs can't often walk and chew bubblegum at the same time. Right? Bigs can often walk and chew bubblegum at the same time. So when you get into these situations where it's like you can get a big that can shoot the three, right? That is a unicorn. Then you get a big that can dribble and handle. That's a unicorn. You get a big that can pass. That's a unicorn. You get a big that can create his own shot on the perimeter. That's a unicorn. You get a big that can rebound and score down low. That's a unicorn, right? But Carl Anthony Towns can do all of those things, right? Carl Anthony Towns can do all of those things easily, right? The only thing that you would say you want Carl Anthony Towns to do more is in those heated moments. You want him to step up and be more of an alpha. You want him to take control in big moments. And when he doesn't do that, people call him soft.
Here's my
Now is that true? Is that fair?
I don't think it is.
Is that true? Is it fair? No,
Because
it's
I've
not
seen
fair because you're taking the worst franchise to have ever existed in the NBA and put a guy with all that talent on that franchise. And the thing that I think he did wrong in his career was he stayed. What he should have done, just like all number one picks that go, well, just like a lot of number one picks that go to a terrible franchise, after like 4 years, they're like, hey, man, get me the hell out of here. You know what I'm saying? I think that's his only misstep that he made. Because Cat is
taking
a
second
talent.
extension. That second extension.
Yeah, the dude is a generational talent. Nobody can dispute the fact that he is for his size, he does stuff worthy of being the number one pick. And as the number one pick, nobody can dispute his production as the number one pick in the draft, right? But man, staying in a bad situation only makes him look worse and worse and worse. I mean, this dude's numbers are better than Kevin Garnett's numbers in Minnesota, right? But him staying, if that dude,
Kevin Garnett stayed for 12 years.
If that dude would have demanded a trade to a team that if that dude played for Toronto, if he'd have got traded to Toronto 2 years ago with Pascal Siakam, OG Anunoby, and some guys that all dribble, pass, and shoot, and Cat is the king of the dribble, pass, and shoot guys. Now I think you're looking at Karl Anthony Towns in a different way, right? But the fact that the guys are just, man, listen, Minnesota is a wasteland for talent. It just is. And New Orleans is that too. That's why guys try to get out of there. You're not happy there. And I know everybody's like, no, it's just basketball, man. No, it's not just basketball. Ask Julius Randle, is it just basketball here in New York? When Cat's tearing down his poster, stomping on it. It's not just basketball. My bad, Hoodie Cat.
No, I mean, like I said, I look at Karl Anthony Towns, and I look at Karl Anthony Towns like he is the answer. And I can't expect everyone to see what I see. I'm like Sonny Vaccaro looking at the 1982 clip of Michael Jordan. Like, I see it.
Oh my God. And see, and Bully, see, and this is the reason why. See what I mean? see what I'm talking about? Corey Lee, now you see what I'm talking about, right?
I'm quiet, man. I'm just listening. I'm observing.
You give cats a chance to talk, and then they just go to the moon and back.
Go left.
Yeah,
man. Here's my thing. I'm 37, right? And I grew up in
37. 37.
Yes.
Oh man, you don't know the pain, then. You just started to learn the pain.
Here's my thing.
I'm 37 and know everything.
I definitely don't know everything, but
you know what a super row is, though, right?
I grew up. My favorite player of all time. The reason I love the Knicks today is because I grew up watching one of the greatest centers of all time play. If we look at the history of the history of the NBA, and you say of the top 25, just the top 25 greatest players in the history that's ever stepped on the NBA basketball court, how many of them do you think were centers?
Bro, I mean, I don't care. What's your point? What's your point?
If you have a great center, it will put you in a better position to win championships. That doesn't mean that you're going to, but his team was usually always in the mix. That's what you expected of
Dre, can't you say the same thing for any great player?
If you're a great player, you're gonna be in the mix.
Yeah.
So it isn't necessarily a center thing. It makes it harder on centers and particularly post players when it gets down to crunch time, because ultimately they don't have the ball on the string. They can't run an entire offense to them 25 feet extended.
Right.
Like it's why wing players are sought after, and guards, elite guards with range are sought after.
The rules not set. The rules are legislating them out the league, bro. How many times have you seen the referees call Mitchell Robinson for a travel because he shuffled his feet? But you see LeBron take off on one foot, do a spin move, gather, take his foot for a layup.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can't really compare Mitchell Robinson to LeBron James. I think that's what it is.
That's North Carolina. Pay attention. Pay attention, North Carolina. I'm talking about the move, not the player. Pay attention. I said, how many times did you see Mitchell Robinson shuffle his feet, and then you see LeBron take a step, then a spin move, gather, and then take a step for a layup?
If the league is trying to phase out centers, I don't know if they're just aliens, but the last two people to win the most valuable player,
those are outliers.
Yeah, Hoodie Cav, come on, bro.
I'm just saying, you can't sit here. You can't sit here and say,
"Yes, I can." I'm sitting right
now.
now.
The league is trying to outdo centers.
Still in the conversation.
But centers,
okay, Kev,
won MVPs.
Kev,
and you can say, "Oh, they're outliers," but I'm saying no.
Outliers?
What?
Come on, North Carolina.
I mean, it's how you.
But this is the thing, Kev. They all need wing players and guards to finish games for them. They all do. All of them do. Did we just see Jokic tonight and he was struggling in the fourth quarter? Who closed that game out for him? Jamal Murray did.
Yes, he did.
Who was closing out games for Giannis?
He's balling.
Chris Middleton was.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I've seen Tony Parker close.
The reason why Embiid hasn't been
Ginobili close.
The reason why Embiid hasn't been able to get to a conference finals is because he's been relying on guards to try to carry him over the finish line and end games and end series, and they've all failed him.
Yeah.
His counterparts.
Hold on. So let me ask you a question.
Because Embiid is not good enough to rely upon in the fourth quarter to close out teams. Because the game is set up for wing players and guards to do that.
Good point, Greg.
If you still got Karl Anthony Towns, odds are you're going to keep Jalen Brunson. So as Uncle Freezie says, you're still going to have one of the top 2-point guards in the league. So this is a win-win.
But Hoodie Kev, so you totally missed my point. The point that I made when you and I were having the tete-a-tete that we were having was not even about that. I was actually going to bat for Karl Anthony Towns, and I mentioned that the NBA is legislating out big men, right? Mm-hmm. So if you agree with me, instead of arguing something you thought I said, just say, yes, Uncle Freezie, Karl Anthony Towns is a great player. Because you feel like, in my mind, I think you feel like Cat is a great player. Am I mistaken?
I do believe he's a great player.
So why did you just say you agree?
That he's a great player?
Yes.
Huh? I'm confused. What am I agreeing about? He's a great player?
I sat here and said Karl Anthony Towns gets a bad rap because he stayed in Minnesota for too long. The dude is a dude that can shoot, can dribble, can pass, can create his own shot, and can rebound. He does all those things. Usually a team has 3 different dudes doing 3 different things. Cat does all those things in one. He is a number 1 overall pick that actually lived up to the hype, right? And I also said he is also playing for historically the worst franchise in NBA history, and he's getting a bad rap. If he played for Toronto with Pascal Siakam and OG Anunoby, people would look at him different. I think Cat is a great player, right? And if you agree that Cat is a great player, why are you bringing my name up fussing with me?
I'm going to say this, and it's May 19th. It's 2:34. On game 1 of the 2023-2024 season, Karl Anthony Towns will be on the New York Knicks.
Hoodie Kev, is Karl Anthony Towns a great player or not?
He is a great player.
So if you agree with me, why are you arguing in the opposite direction, bro?
I'm not arguing. I just made a statement. I just said he's going to be on.
Trey from Boys Noon. You punching the air for nothing.
Towns is going to be on the Knicks, and y'all can hate it now. You can hate it now. But that first time he lights it up, you see a center on the Knicks shoot a 3.
Hey, Corey Lee, you see what I'm talking about, right? Remember when I called you earlier and was like, sometimes the guests get up here and they just babble on about something, no direction. Yeah, this is what we're doing right now with Hoodie Cav.
I'm just saying, I want to see Jalen Brunson and Carl Anthony Towns on the pick and roll because that is art.
Okay, if that is what you wanted, you could have just said that.
So you better tell Leon Rose that if you want that to happen.
And for
That
the
on
record,
NBA Live.
and for the record, I'm not a proponent of Carl Anthony Towns. I'm not spending all of that for Cat.
Facts. You can see that on NBA Live on the video game, man. I don't want to see that at the Gardens, man.
No, I ain't no fan of no.
Sorry, Cat.
Would you agree that art is subjective? I once saw an artist, huge museum, big display, one of the biggest canvases I've ever seen. On there was a dot titled Nothingness. Got a bid for about $2 million. It still wasn't good. It doesn't mean it's good art because it's art, or it doesn't mean it's effective art or art that actually can produce a championship. In what you're saying as far as the art of movement and be able to convert a few shots. I'm going to say that, sorry, that Cat is would not make it in New York. I like him, but I don't think he's a New Yorker. I think he would collapse in New York. I think he's too soft. You're welcome. That's all I got to say. Even though you're a legend, Hoodie Kev, and you still have an intro, right? No intro for you, right?
No intro. But that's something behind the scenes that we're working on.
Yeah, I'm trying to get Roberta Flack. I'm trying to get some Roberta Flack for Hoodie Kev.
Oh,
Kev, I won't give you a number. Carl Towns has missed 121 games in the last 4 years.
Damn.
He's out here playing as many games as Zion. And this is what you want to hit your wagon to.
Yeah, I don't want no Zion either. They both that's the generational
talent. 121 games in 4 seasons is not good. That's
you're on that Burger King right now.
No hesitation. Yes.
I'm gonna say this though. I'm gonna say this, and it's not supporting the Hoodie Cab. It's just me being independent. Mm-hmm. If we could get Carl Anthony Towns and not break the bank, I would love to have him.
Oh, well, that's something different, Uncle Freezie. That's something different now.
Yeah, but now hear me out on my thought. Let me finish my thought. Mm-hmm. Right? If you get Cat, you could bring him in, right? And Cat understanding, Cat, when you get here, you are the number 2 option in between Brunson and Randall. You know what I'm saying? Is Brunson, Cat, and then Randall. And Randall gets back to doing bully Randall, getting on the boards, rebounding. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? We get the fierce, argue everything Randall. We don't get the Randall that's happy-go-lucky. You know what I'm saying? The sure, Josh Hart, I'll let you get all the rebounds, Randall, and I'll smile. No, I don't want that Randall. I want that Randall. I want that edgy Randall. I want that Randall that Knicks fans. Mm-hmm. I want that Randall that looked like he coming to work with Bro Gaines on. I want that Randall. I want him on that edge.
If we're building a team around those 3, I would hope we have like 4 All-NBA defenders on the team because they're gonna be a turnstile. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Wow.
All right, Dre. Wow. I get your point, Dre. The Knicks have been in love with defense for 50 years. How many championships they got?
Yeah, fine. That's fine, Freezie. That's fine, Freezie.
How many championships have the Knicks won in your lifetime?
0, but you can't use history to indicate what will work in today's NBA.
You're right.
Wait a minute.
Today's NBA is not the 90s NBA. Today's NBA is not the 2000s.
Why are you trying to make it a 90s NBA?
Because listen, Kev. We just saw the most high-powered offense in NBA history lose in the first round.
Okay.
Because they didn't play a lick of defense.
Hold on. Let's take a timeout. Stop.
Dre wrong on this one, Dre. You got to come on.
What you mean I'm wrong? They are literally the highest net. They have the highest.
The Milwaukee Bucks lost games because Giannis.
I wasn't talking about the Bucks. I was talking about the Kings.
He talking about the Bucks, but
Yeah, you talking about Sacramento.
The Kings had the highest offensive rating.
No, man, he talk about the Bucks, but you cut him off. You got.
Oh, all right.
The Milwaukee Bucks, when they won the championship, had the best offense in the league. I think they were average like 100. I gotta look it up, like 100.
What if I told you Giannis won Defensive Player of the Year that year? Then were you?
So he won Defensive Player of the Year, and after the season, because they didn't give him MVP again.
No, he won Defensive Player of the Year and MVP in the same year.
Yeah.
Was that the same year? I thought that was the year after. It was like he won 2 MVPs, then he won Defensive Player of the Year.
No, the year after that, Jokic won.
Yeah, come on.
Jokic won the last 2 MVPs until this year.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, he won Defensive Player of the Year the year before or the same year. Like he won Defensive Player of the Year.
Hold on. The Milwaukee Bucks just won a championship, 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Okay.
So how can it be?
And then Jokic won MVP the year after they won. Then Jokic won MVP the year after that. Jokic won 2 MVPs. And then Joel Embiid won this year's MVP.
No. Jokic, okay, if they just won 2 years ago and Joel Embiid just won it this season, that means last season Jokic won and the season before that Jokic won. So that means the season that Jokic won, he couldn't have won the MVP when they won a championship.
Okay, Giannis won Defensive Player of the Year in 2019, 2020, along with an MVP. He won his championship the next year.
Okay. Yeah, so the next year he didn't win anything.
But he was still all NBA defense.
Yeah.
With Drew Holiday at the same time.
All right.
Okay. But they still had the best offense in the league, right?
Yeah, but they also had a top 5 defense. What is your point?
So let me ask you, in today's
there is
NBA,
no reality where Carl Towns is the center of your defense and you're going to be a top defense. This will never happen.
Defense. I don't need to be the number 1 defense in the league. I don't need to be number 2, 3, 4.
I don't even think you're going to be middle of the pack with him, bro. I don't even think you're going to be 15. Not with him, Brunson, and Randall, unless you have 2 elite wing defenders with them.
Hey, so okay, for the record, I'm on Dre on this side of it with the Karl Anthony Towns defense thing, right? And if you get Karl Anthony Towns, you're gonna have to get elite defenders to go with Brunson, with Cat, with
they're
Randall,
not cheap.
Randall, who is gonna play defense when he feel like it. I'm with him on that. Right.
And they're not; those players are not cheap. And when we get into the apron, you're not going to be able to afford them guys with MLEs and biannual MLEs.
Dre, just I got. Hold on, y'all. Y'all got to stop cutting people off and let them.
My bad. My fault, bro.
You know what I'm saying? No matter who it is that's talking, bro. When y'all cut them off, you can't even hear the person's complete thought. We arguing like the first 8 words that somebody say, and we not even hearing what they saying.
You're right, bro.
That's what Hoodie Cav did it to Dre. Dre did it to Hoodie Cav. I mean, come on, y'all. But the point that I'm getting at is this. The point that I'm getting at is this. If you're stuck in that defense wins championship model, I'm telling you, people tell you that and use that when they don't win. Right? Only losers say defense wins championships. Right? And you know why? Because they have not won a championship, right? What you want to do in today's NBA and be balanced across the board. You want to be a good rebounding team, a good 3-point shooting team, a good defensive team, a good offensive team. You want to stay healthy. You want to have a good coach. You want to get some luck. But when you say it's all about defense,
it's not all about defense, but Freezie, there's only been 1 champion in the last 20 years that had a defensive rating outside the top 10.
Right.
1.
So right.
And it was the Kobe Shaq Lakers.
But that means 9 other teams were in that same category, right?
No, I said 20.
No. Hear me out. You cut me off because you didn't hear my question.
Okay.
You said in the last 20 seasons, there was only 1 team that was not in the top 10 defensively, right?
Yeah.
That's what you stated. So in that top 10, with that champion, 9 other teams lost, right?
Okay, but my point is you can't be a bad defensive team. My point is, there's going to be teams that lose by playing just defense only. You need to have both, but you can't just completely ignore defense.
Because the point that I'm getting at is the Memphis Grizzlies have 0 championships, and they lived on that, and they pitched that to their season ticket holders.
You need both, not just one. You need both.
So how do you disagree with me when I said you need? I pointed out all the stuff you needed, right? I said you got to be good defensively, you got to be good offensively, you got to be good shooters, you got to have a good coach, you got to stay healthy, and you got to have some luck. You got to have all these things. It can't just be about defense.
But it can't just be about defense. But when you're suggesting lineups that include these 3 guys, unless you have elite wing defenders, you're going to be all offense. That's my point. That's the whole thing. Like when we putting up these hypothetical lineups.
But I just said that. That was my point. You didn't hear me just say in order for you to win championship. Hey, Bully, am I saying something wrong? Did I miss something? I said in order to be a champion. I said in order to be a championship, you got to be balanced, right?
Yeah.
You gotta, I said you got to have a good offense. You got to have a good defense. You got to stay. You got to stay healthy. You got to be able to shoot. You got to have a good coach, and you need some luck. All of that is balance. That's what I said. I never said that all one thing or all of the other makes you the champ.
Right.
True. But Dre was probably saying after that $100 million between those 3 guys, are you gonna find 2 wing defenders to cover? Because
you're going to if you're gonna make your team balanced, you're gonna have to pick up the slack, and those types of players are not cheap. Right. But when you're also blowing up your cap to go beyond the apron, you won't be able to find.
So we're going over the luxury
speaking. Hypothetically speaking, if Dylan Brooks wanted the MLE, right? Okay. Hypothetically speaking, if we were to pull this off, we wouldn't be able.
About 12.8, something like
we wouldn't be able to give it to him because we're capped out.
Okay.
And you would need a Dylan Brooks type to hide Brunson's flaws on defense, to hide Julius Randle's flaws on defense. You'd have to multiply that by 2 because you need 2 of them. And then your bench players are going to, hypothetically, you probably draft some good defenders like Quickly or Grimes or whatever. You have them off your bench to be elite defenders, right? Hopefully. But you need to be able to pay these guys to hide their flaws.
I understand your example, but I think it's a little extreme, right? Because I don't have to pay Dylan Brooks 12.8. I can pay Gary Payton 6 and get the same energy and effort.
But he's not even a starter on the Warriors.
Right. Everybody, unfortunately, everybody's not going to be a starter. You can only start 5.
But he would start for us.
You got to fill out the rest of the roster,
which is a problem.
Right.
Like
but Dre, you say that as if the Knicks are not operating as an over the salary cap team right at this moment.
I understand it. I understand it completely. But as I watch this game tonight, the Lakers against the Nuggets, there's the defensive specialist like on the Lakers that would easily make an All-NBA defense team one of these years, and he literally got played off the court.
Right.
Because Mike Malone said in his press conference, specialists, there are no room for specialists in the playoffs.
So wait a minute.
Specialists get played off the court.
You just sat here and preached about you need a defensive specialist.
Well, you need it for this team, and then you wouldn't even be balanced enough.
You just literally said you need a defensive specialist, but around.
I hate when Hoodie Cav is right, but I think
around and said you can't play the defensive specialist.
I hate when Hoodie Cav.
You can't play those cheap ones. You can't play the cheap ones.
You said we need.
Okay, you can't play the cheap ones. You can't play the cheap ones like Gary Payton Jr. You have to pay for the premium ones, not the cheap ones.
What's a premium defense? Who's a premium defensive specialist?
One that can a 3-and-D player.
Like who? Give me a name. Who's a premium?
Cam Johnson.
Who?
Cam Johnson.
From the Suns?
He's on the Nets now.
No, he's on.
I didn't even know where he
Cam
was.
Johnson.
That tells me all you
Well,
need to know about Cam Johnson.
that says that just
What
speaks
did they
about
do?
you,
What
not
did the Nets
anything.
do?
The Nets don't have any stars,
They don't have any stars.
but Cam
So
Johnson
what
was
team? Hold on.
Cam
What
Johnson
team?
was part of
Hold on.
the reason a
What
team
team
went
had
to
the
the
best
finals.
defense in the league this season?
Couldn't tell you
Cleveland.
off the top of my head.
Was it
Cleveland.
Cleveland?
Yeah, Cleveland. Yeah.
They
Cleveland.
lost in the first round, didn't they? To who?
To us.
Oh,
Okay.
Because they
us.
had one of the worst offenses in the NBA. Period.
Okay.
So, well,
It's balanced. You can't just have one or the other.
but Dre, to
So-
defend you, actually, again, he
Hold
was
on.
saying
Hold
that.
on. 'Cause I'm about to shut him down again.
No.
Is
Your
the
previous one
Miami
was.
Heat a good
Let me
offense?
challenge you on this.
Hey, Kev, let Wiz get off, man. You been
Let Kev talk. Go ahead.
Before you
Kev.
move on, let's just go to your previous one. So you were calling him out because you said you did a defensive specialist on that team, the team that you were creating with Cat, Randall, and Brunson. You said on that team you're going to need a defensive specialist in order to balance out that overly offensive team with weak defense.
ISO Cam.
He didn't say they were going to win a championship. He said to make that team even competitive, you need a defensive specialist. So you were arguing the point that he didn't say is going to be a winning championship team. He just says what's going to be needed for that team to not get destroyed because all they can do is shoot is a defensive specialist. I agree because I'm not getting Cat, Randall, and Brunson in the same squad personally because of the weak defensive skill set.
I would take one or the other. I would take Cat or
Towns,
Julius, but not both.
I don't think if you get Karl Anthony Towns, Julius Randle is going to be on this team.
I agree.
I think if the Knicks go get Karl Anthony Towns, you cannot keep Julius Randle.
I agree.
Mitch has got to go too.
Completely agree.
I agree with that sentiment.
So there is no. I don't think there's a world where you'll see Karl Anthony Towns and Julius Randle
that
on
I
the
can
same
agree
team.
with. I can agree with that.
That's true. Adam says Mitch got to go too. Mitch, he doesn't have to go. I think he should go.
If you get Karl Anthony Towns, Mitch is gone.
He doesn't have to.
Yeah,
he should.
Yeah,
but
Mitch
he
is
doesn't
too
have
too clumsy.
What?
If we get Karl Anthony Towns, Mitch gotta go.
So
and
if
Julius gotta
we
go.
keeping it a buck, yeah. If you get Cat, you're not keeping Mitch and Hartenstein because you're not going to put $70 million a year in the center position. You just not.
well, I mean, the Minnesota Timberwolves do it.
Yeah, and they
that
are a mess. And they're historically the worst franchise in professional sports. Right.
Are they the worst?
Nah, but they're competitive with the worst.
No, did
Are
you
they
know?
the worst?
Listen, hey, I'm gonna tell y'all something, and y'all might not know this or not, but do you know by win percentage the worst coach in NBA history?
Oh my goodness,
is Kurt Rambis.
Oh jeez.
And we begged Kurt Rambis to come here. Kurt Rambis over 4 years had the worst win-loss percentage in NBA history, and we begged him to come here.
I don't even want to remember that.
Freezie, what if I tell you the Pittsburgh Pirates only made the playoffs 14 times in like 150 years?
Right. Right.
That would be fact.
What if I told you the Pittsburgh Pirates won the World Series?
How long ago was this?
Oh,
it don't. But listen. But
they got 150 cracks. I hope they did.
Right.
It's been years since they won the World Series.
Here's the thing. Hey, tell me when the Minnesota Timberwolves even been to the NBA Finals.
How old is the Minnesota Timberwolves? 40 years?
40 years.
They old as dirt. They too old for this conversation, bro.
Like 40 years.
Yeah, we're not
They're
talking
older than you, Trey.
Yeah, we're not talking about like a franchise that's 25 years old. You know what I'm saying? This franchise is old as dirt, and they've been
they 35 years.
Maybe the Wolves get a championship or two in 100 more years.
I don't want to talk. Maybe that's a conversation for Timberwolves at night. For
Timberwolves at night.
Yeah, for this group. Yeah.
Wolves is hollering at the moon.
You gotta, let's say howling at the moon is what the podcast is.
Kev, what I would do for the Kev, I'm doing one deal if I'm going to move Randall. I'm trading him to Washington along with Mitch for KP and Kuzma. Both of them.
Why would you have to trade for Kuzma when he's a free agent?
Yeah, free agent this year.
salary cap. We're capped out.
What? Do
Cap
you?
space.
Okay.
Yeah,
He's
I
gonna
would pick up.
get at least 25 mil, right?
He's looking for like 30.
Right, exactly. So we're gonna give him 25 because we wasn't talk to him. Give him 25.
He not taking no $25 million a year.
We gonna talk to him. We gonna sweet talk him. Leon Rose gonna sweet talk.
He ain't going. Yeah, Wiz, come on, bro. Come on, man.
But
you don't wait.
okay,
You don't wait your whole life to hit free agency to be like, I'll take 40% of what I was asking for.
Okay, let's give him the 30 and give KP 28, and then with Mitch.
Oh my God!
With
So
Mitch,
wait a minute,
Randall, and
I think KP's better than Kuzma, but
yeah, no,
so does the entire planet.
You want to give Kyle Kuzma $30 million, but don't want to pay Karl Anthony Towns
50.
Karl Towns gonna be pushing 50, 55 in 2 years.
In 2 years, yeah.
30 by next year.
Kuzma 30. Listen to when it comes out of my mouth. You can hear what it sounds like. You want to pay Kyle Kuzma $30 million a season.
Yeah.
Listen to how that sounded when I said it.
Hey, I've had guys say.
Hoodie Cap, I'm with you, Hoodie Cap.
Hey, Hoodie Cap.
What?
Here's why I'm saying that, because I've had guys on last night say they want to give Josh Hart 25 mil.
They want to give Josh Hart 20 mil. I would, man.
Freezie want to get him up out of here.
I want Sully to explain what this means.
JB is something. Nah, man, ain't.
No, I'm just saying. That's a KP and Kuzma.
That's ridiculous.
We win the chip next year, KP and Kuzma instead of Randall and Mitchell.
So you're going to pay Kristaps Porzingis and Kyle Kuzma a combined $58 million.
Man, what are we talking about?
For a chip, for a chip, yeah.
A ring?
Matter of fact, we would be in the Eastern Conference Finals if we had Bruce Brown over Josh Hart. And I stand by that take.
Wow.
Yep.
I just don't want to hear nobody else talk about anybody else's salary when you're talking about giving Kyle Kuzma and Kristaps Porzingis a combined $58 million. If someone can justify that.
I can, because right now we're on the paying our point guard and our let's say shooting guard and our power forward. So I'm gonna say 30 mil actually for Randall should have been the right number.
Wiz, so you underpaying, you feel like you have value contracts. So how you fix your underpay is by going out and blowing money.
No, by getting winners, guys who are going to help us go to the championship round. And I think KP and Kuzma alone, just those two switch with Randall and Mitchell, will take us there.
Let me ask you a question. What did Washington do this season?
Say that again.
Are they in the Eastern Conference Finals?
Oh, man. Okay. They have
Did
no
they
point
make
guard.
the playoffs?
They have no point guard. Just like they were us last year.
They got Bradley Beal, right? They still have Bradley Beal?
They were us last year. They were us
Hey,
last
Hoodie
year.
Kev, if you know the answer, why you ask the question? What's your point?
The
reason why I say that, the reason why when y'all ask the rhetorical question when you know the answer, it comes off mighty soft. it comes off soft in a room full of, you know what I'm saying, full of dudes. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you know the answer, just say it.
They were playing. They were hanging out with.
Because
that's like me going to Corey Lee. That's like me going to Corey Lee and like, Corey Lee, the air in here feel good in your skin, don't it?
No.
That's what it sounds like to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you got a point, make it, bro.
But they're hanging out with Luka and Kyrie. Yeah.
Did you see this? Did you see this picture? Allen Houston was on a golf course with Donovan Mitchell earlier today.
He coming. He coming.
Nope. Nobody saw that.
He coming.
I saw Obi Toppin and Karl Anthony Towns.
Did y'all see the Obi and Karl Anthony Towns picture?
No. Yeah, the Obi going to Minnesota.
It's funny, they're going to be traded for one another. So what that mean?
I believe Julius Randle will be traded.
They both got
to go.
I think Julius Randle will be traded for Karl Anthony Towns. Those will be the main centerpieces in a summer blockbuster trade because Karl Anthony Towns. Because Julius Randle.
Wait a minute before you state it like it's a fact.
No,
you want to use
I'm
it.
saying my opinion.
No, it can't be an opinion. It's got to be a prediction because you're talking about the future.
Okay.
Julius Randle fits Minnesota because Julius Randle is what Minnesota wants Karl Anthony Towns to be next to Rudy Gobert.
Okay. So who else goes with him? Mitchell?
No. Probably Fournier.
But Karl Towns does the spacing thing better than Julius does. So
true.
He's not a power forward. Like he's not a power forward. And you can say, his position is basketball, but then it's not.
He physically can't do it. He physically can't do it.
So you think Cat and Mitchell are going to work when Cat and Gobert does not work?
There's a reason why the Knicks traded Bill Cartwright.
Fact. So again, go ahead. Give me the Cat Randall trade. Fournier and Randall. And what about Mitch and Cat going to play? Or we're going to move Cat Mitch as well?
Mitch could be in something different. That's what Uncle Freezie that he can get his athletic wing.
Okay.
I'm
not feeling Cat.
I don't it's going to be a one or the other thing because I don't think you can have both. Logically, I don't think you can have both.
Like I would trade at least two of our bountiful draft picks. You can take on Hartenstein. You can take on Randall. You can take on Fournier.
Nah. I'm not feeling Cuddy Kid. I'm sorry, man. I ain't feeling that, dude. I'm sorry, man.
You must really like Isaiah Hartenstein, I guess. That must be your boy right there. Like, I need to keep Isaiah.
He's not my boy or nothing like that. I just don't see Carl fitting here. I don't see it. And then with his contract,
fitting
man.
Here for what? What's fitting here? Let me ask you a question. Who's his agency company?
I don't know who his agency company is, but I look with my eyes. I don't think he's a good fit.
Hey, Hoodie Kev, are you about to start the same thing, asking questions you already know the answer to?
He didn't know the answer. I asked
right.
him
So if you know, bro, if you know it, just say it, bro. This is like I feel like
let's go down the road.
I feel like I'm getting kicked in the nuts. Just get to the point.
Karl Anthony Towns is from the tri-state area.
That's cool. He's from Jersey.
Karl Anthony Towns grew up a Knicks fan. Karl Anthony Towns is represented by Leon Rose's former agency.
I don't care who he's represented by.
Penchant for getting his
I don't think that he's a good fit here, bro. I just think he's not a good fit here, man. All that CAA and who the homeboy where he grew up in the tri-state area, I don't care. It was not. The boy don't look good here. And I ain't trying to make this team up no more.
He don't look good here?
He don't.
The
man just told you that he had missed over 140 some odd games in the last 4 years. He's on the down end on his career, and I don't need another injury.
On the down end of his career at 26, going on 27.
Injury prone, dude. And when he can shoot the three, he can stretch the five. I mean, he can stretch the floor. That's beautiful and everything. I'm trying to win a chip, dude. I don't care about his name being Cat and where he's from. He's not going to be good here. So I would rather run it back.
Is injury
I'd rather run it back.
No one is saying, "Oh no."
Who's injury
prone? Joel
Embiid
is injury prone.
Okay.
All right. So let me correct myself. Most people that play on the hardwood is injury prone. You know what I'm saying? Zion right now at Burger King. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I don't see it. If that's the case, if I got to go get Karl Anthony, I'd rather run the team back, man, and let's just execute better. That's it. I don't see Cat coming.
I'll say Karl Towns
and execute.
Karl Towns in shortened seasons, he's missed 121 games, and we had 2 short seasons in that process. Like we had a 61 game season and we had a 72 game season. And he still missed 121 games over the last. Granted, he missed almost half of those games last year from a calf pull Achilles type thing where he missed 4 months straight, which is kind of scary, but it is what it is. He played, which is funny enough, his first 3 years, mostly under Tibbs, he played 82 games to the tune of like being top 10 in the league in minutes every year. And then after that, he missed games here and there. Then the last 4 years, he missed 121 total.
So again, this year is where he missed the bulk of his games.
He missed a chunk. He missed a chunk the year before last.
The year before last, he missed 8.
Greeny.
Then what did he miss the year before then? Like 40 something?
Was that I forgot. Hold on. So in 2021, is that the COVID season?
I'll tell you right now. I'll tell you exactly what year.
Because he played 29, 74. 50,
so he missed 40. He missed 40 something games in the COVID year.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Hey, welcome to the Cat at Night podcast. Welcome to the Cat at Night podcast.
I want people. I'm trying to figure out what is
the hold up. If I could get him on the cheap, then cool. But
right.
But the Carltown price is probably not going to be cheap.
Right.
So is the juice worse?
Hold on. Is it Carl Anthony Towns or is it any superstar?
It's more. It
depends on their contract.
That's an excellent. Hold on, Hoodie Kev. Let me say this.
It's not.
That question.
I like that question.
Is an excellent question, right? But when you asking me, is the air dry outside? Those questions are whack. This is the Hoodie Kev that we like right here. The bag you about to get into. This is the Hoodie Kev that we like right here. Right.
Well,
and so Hoodie Kev, just real quick, right? Hoodie Kev, is it Karl Anthony Towns or is it any superstar? I want to answer that first, and I'm gonna surprise you with the answer. Yes, it is any superstar. The Knicks don't want a superstar. Knicks fans don't want that guy, right?
Exactly.
Because what happens is now when you try to go out and get just any superstar, every name you bring up, we're going to point out his flaws off the rip. Everybody. Soon as you say Devin Booker name, I'm going to be like, he don't do nothing when he not the focal point of offense. He don't do nothing.
Are you saying that or like in general?
I'm saying that about Devin Booker. Like for instance, when SGA is off the ball,
I'm dropping that bag.
When
I want SGA.
I'm not with Trey on that. Like I would prefer to have SGA over Devin Booker. I think SGA is better than Devin Booker. Dre might disagree, but
I agree.
My point is that when Jalen Brunson, because think about this. If you think Julius Randle pouts when Jalen Brunson is cooking, imagine having Devin Booker.
His face turned red.
And Bully, follow me on this, Bully. Imagine Jalen Brunson is on a heater. Imagine Jalen Brunson is hot for 7 straight games. Can you imagine having Devin Booker sit through that?
No, he's gonna be a diva.
Devin Booker only getting 14 shots over a 7-game stretch.
And just like y'all said, he's gonna turn red. It's
He's gonna cry.
He's gonna be
cry like you're gonna smell perfume in the air, bro. You know what I'm saying?
he down 30 in them games. Down 30 in them elimination games. His whole face is red.
Yeah, man.
Rudolph red.
But SGA, but you know what SGA gonna be doing?
He cooking. He's gonna be doing other things.
Gonna be directing traffic, putting people in the right spaces. Right? He gonna get in where he fit in, bro. Like when the double team's coming, he ain't gonna let Brunson shoot a shot out of a double team. He gonna go get the ball, redirect, and give it back to Brunson.
The only thing I don't like about SGA, Uncle Freeze, is that he just needed. I want him to bulk up just a little bit more, get some more weight on him. Other than that, he good money in my book.
Right.
Good money in my book. I just want him to bulk up just a little bit more, and other than that, leave him alone.
right, and he know how to play off the ball. Like, can you
Mm-hmm.
imagine a night where Brunson and Randall both have it going? What Booker is
Mm-hmm.
gonna be doing?
That's not gonna happen.
He's gonna be pouting.
Chucking.
He's gonna be pouting.
Bro,
Chucking, right? Chucking and pouting.
Yeah, he's gonna be pouting, bro. He gonna be, and you know how I know this to be true. When Earl Watson was the coach, and anybody in the offense started cooking outside of Devin Booker, his lips started poking out like a little bit.
Mm.
He needed a binky. He needed a baba. He needed a baba out the microwave. But you gotta test it to make sure it ain't too hot for his lips, though.
It ain't even just that. There will be times where DeAndre Ayton will come out smoking in the half, right? He'll drop 20 in the half. He'll come back in the halftime and he won't see the ball ever again for the rest of the game.
That's why that man mad. But that's why that man partly why he mad at. I mean, with Phoenix and whatnot because of that situation right there. When Booker got to get his numbers and whatnot.
In New York, we feel like we believe in the team game. Whatever star we get, it's got to be the perfect star. It's got to be the perfect mix of take over and be Hollywood when we need you to, but also get other people involved and keep others involved. We need that dude that ain't gonna back down from a fight. We also need that dude that's gonna stay healthy. You know what I'm saying? And we need that dude that's gonna perform on the biggest stage.
So you want a full course meal. You want the steak with the potatoes and the veggies on the side.
And the
we don't want no Swanson dinner.
But you still need the veggies. You still need the veggies though.
Yep. And you need the asparagus grilled on an open flame.
Right.
Right. This is New York. It's the reason why I say we stomp stuff out with our Timbs. It's because if it ain't right, we don't want it.
Just took my Timbs off. I'm relaxing now.
That's why when you say Cat can do all these things, people don't care. They call him soft because when Brunson is cooking, what's Cat gonna be doing?
Sitting in the corner waiting the ball.
Is Cat gonna say Brunson cooking? Well, I'm gonna go grab 20 rebounds a night and I'm gonna set hard screens. Nah, that ain't Cat, bro.
Mega.
I don't think that's true at all because I think Cat has been on the team, and I know he's young, and has been on the same court when watching Anthony Edwards cook, and was perfectly fine and content. Like, do your thing.
That's not totally true.
It's not totally true. What's totally true?
That's not totally true.
Have we not seen nights where Anthony Edwards is cooking and you don't see Karl-Anthony Towns turning red, pouting, lips pointed out, anything like that?
No,
you see him dapping him up and supporting him and everything else like that.
This is why I be trying to give Dre the runway, but sometimes Dre just won't take off with it because he just want to snatch y'all to death. What I thought Dre was going with it. Since Anthony Edwards came and took over the number one thing from Cat don't even feel like he need to show up and play at all. Since Anthony Edwards has been in the NBA, Cat has missed a ton of games. And it's not coincidence either. Because it started, like Dre said, he didn't mention it like I mentioned it. But since Anthony Edwards has been here, Cat been taking a whole bunch of games off. My pinky hurt. My pinky hurt. I'm out 70 games.
I agree.
So this is Anthony Edwards' third season, right?
C-Mac.
If you know the answer, say it.
No, I'm asking. I don't know the answer. I think this is the third year.
We're not answering questions. This is your point. Point. Say your point.
So I believe this is Anthony Edwards' third season. I'm pretty sure it is.
It is.
So in his first two seasons combined, Karl-Anthony Towns missed 26 games.
Okay.
Combined. 2 seasons.
All right.
This season, he missed a lot of games. Last season, he only missed 8. So to sit here and say,
so Anthony Edwards' rookie season, he only missed about 15 games. But when Anthony Edwards came into his own, he only missed 70 games, is what you're saying.
I'm not saying that either. Because
that's what it sounds like you're saying.
Didn't Anthony Edwards win Rookie of the Year?
Yeah.
Mike.
So
he's the number one overall.
Here's my answer. You asked the question, right? Didn't Anthony Edwards win Rookie of the Year? No, he was a flop his rookie year. Now what? Now what?
Oh well, maybe
Now
that's
what?
maybe
He was
why
a
he
bum
missed.
his rookie year. What's your point?
Oh, maybe that's why he only missed so many games because Carson Towns had to take care of everything. But then last year he started heating up, and then he only missed 8 games. This season he had a calf injury, which I mean,
out for 4 months.
Came back, and like I said, anyone who knows basketball knew that the Rudy Gobert, Karl Anthony Towns parent just was not. That was never going to be a thing. So
what's the point?
Everybody, here's the thing. Everybody has this story from Jimmy Butler about Karl Anthony Towns in their mind.
That's not what we're saying.
It has labeled him.
That's not what we're saying. Bully. What we're saying, bully. Am I wrong? If you question a man's heart, you don't want him.
Facts, man. That's real. That's
argument. Can we turn the page on this cat crap?
Like I said, Jimmy
already said what it was.
Jimmy Butler,
He's not an alpha. He a beta. He a beta, man. He a simp, and I can't deal with that right now.
So hold on. Jimmy Butler has been on.
Dre, I called him a simp for real.
Four teams, right?
And look, my last name is Wiggins, and Andrew Wiggins was a simp. You see how they ran him up out of there. But anyway, that's either here or there. It was not.
Good, Kev. Get to your point, Kev.
Jimmy Butler, I think, is probably one of the most difficult. He's not on the Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant level, right? He's not that.
Level of what? What are you talking about? Level of what?
Like demanding excellence. Like Kobe and Michael were just different, but Jimmy Butler is kind of in that same. Huh?
Let's turn the page, man, because this cat crap is over. We're talking about him for an hour and a half for no reason.
Yeah, welcome to the Cat at Night podcast. What are we talking about?
For real, bro.
I don't want him. I don't want him.
Right.
I don't want him.
You the only one in here waving the flag, standing on your little rock. Come on, man.
To be fair,
happening.
Well, here's the thing. I can sit here and say all the things, but whether you is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people in here. The only person who could want Karl Anthony Towns is Leon Rose. So it's not whether I want him, Corey Lee wants him, Uncle Freezie wants him, Dre wants him. Anybody wants him. If Leon Rose wants him, regardless of what you feel like, that's what's going to happen.
Then, all right, if he comes, if
I didn't know you
Leon Rose happened to get him.
No, I'm just saying, you say I'm playing on the rock. All I said is the only person who really matters to is Leon Rose.
If Leon Rose happens to get Cat, if he happens to get Cat, then
Leon Rose
open arms and hope that he does well.
Is going to get Karl Anthony Towns on the Knicks, regardless of whether Corey Lee wants him or not.
If he comes, then I'll welcome him. But other than that, man, let him kick rocks, man. Let him go on ahead. If he comes and Leon Rose happen to get him, and he comes to our team, then I'll sit back and see what happens. But other than that, as of for right now, at 3:10 at night, or whatever it is, I don't want that dude. Kick rocks.
Right. Yeah.
Peace.
Yeah.
Can we turn the page?
Yeah, and you said if we doing hypotheticals, bro, if hypotheticals is the only way you can prove a point, bro, then okay. All right. Right?
I'm not
good luck with that.
Front office. I don't have Leon Rose number on speed dial. I wish I did.
But I don't. Cat, man. Forget that dude, man. I don't want to hear no more about no Cat.
The only thing we talk about here are hypothetical things. I don't know anyone. I don't know James Dolan. I don't know Scott Perry. I don't know Allen Houston.
Can we turn the page off? What is up?
Yeah.
I know Lance Thompson. And I ain't calling him. That's for sure. I know him personally, and he a bum, just like Cat. So can we move?
Somebody bad. Somebody.
Oh, that's not me.
That's Corey Lee.
That's
no, it's not. Stop trying to point this thing at me.
That sound was coming from you.
Stay your ass in the corner, be quiet. God damn, man, I'm laughing.
What's up with you?
What's up with
Everybody calm down.
Corey. God damn, man.
I mean, it actually is your microphone.
It is you, Corey.
It's the microphone, though. It's not like anyone's picking it. It's your microphone.
Everybody's microphone sounding jack right now.
Your microphone is bad.
Corey Lee, turn on the same stream on YouTube. You might be able to hear it back in a playback. But it's a little.
Anyway, can I get my point across without being criticized?
You sound good. You sound good now. You good now. Go ahead, Lee.
Are you happy, Adam? All right, then. Jesus Christ. Anyway, my point was I seen Heck say he said something that was very interesting and that was dope. What he said because Memphis is falling apart and Jaren Jackson Jr. That's the pick of the litter off that team right there. If we thinking about somebody that we hypothetically trying to go after.
Mm-hmm.
Hello? Okay, people.
What was it? What did you say, Lee? Because I missed it.
I said Heck Jackson said something really good in the chat. And he said
highlight it.
Then he said that Memphis is looking like they're falling apart. And Jaren Jackson Jr. looking like, that's the pick out of that whole squad that, we should be trying to target.
I do like him, but it looks like he's about to take his next step, and they already got him on an extension.
Yeah,
they about to see. No, he already got one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, got you.
He been signed his, and he's just now hitting his apex. Like he's ascended. He's gonna be like a 20-10. Well, not 20-10, like 20-8 with 3 blocks, 2 steals type guy.
It would be nice to have
some
him,
3-point shooting.
Yeah, with spacing.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, he's gonna be. He's a keeper for sure.
Come on.
That's the prototype big. That's the prototype big.
That's what I'm talking about. When he said that,
is he a center or is he a center or power forward though?
He's a center, but you know how teams use centers now. They put him on the weakest shooter and use him as a help defender.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the inverse.
What position does he play with Steven Adams?
Power forward.
Power forward.
But when Steven Adams is not there, he's center. But they're probably gonna get rid of Steven Adams at some point and let him run center full time. Okay. And put like a more mobile this defender with him at the 4.
Okay.
But the way they use him now is kind of like, you remember how they used to use Ibaka?
Yeah.
OKC as the weak side help defender.
Right.
Clean up everything. And that's what he does now. But since he's bulked up, ultimately his best position is gonna be the 5. They're just getting to that point, and they're realizing it now that he's gonna have to be a 5.
Yeah. Do you think Memphis is gonna blow that team up?
I don't believe so.
I don't believe so either.
They're just gonna take that suspension, try to.
They're gonna take that L. They're gonna hold that L down.
Yeah.
Because you hold that L down.
You got to remember, like, what you said, Lee?
Lee, your connection sound terrible, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, just leave and come back real quick.
Use the other phone, kid.
Yeah.
Just leave and come back real quick. But like,
when you listen to the playback later, you're gonna hear it like, oh, word.
You're gonna hear it like that. Yeah.
You're gonna hear it, bro.
But to get back to the Memphis point,
my man say he sound like T-Pain.
The Memphis, Memphis is the smallest market in the league. They can't really afford to just let guys like Ja leave.
Mm-hmm.
Like
they go let Ja bring guns on the court.
They need a superstar more than any other franchise in the league.
Yeah.
Just because of his earning potential, which is probably why they're so disappointed, but they're gonna keep giving him chances.
Yeah.
Just short of actually killing someone, he's gonna get a lot of leeway.
Yeah. Especially since they've never had a star of his caliber in Memphis.
a face, like a guy, a recognizable. Like they've had good all stars. They had Pau Gasol and Marc Gasol, and they not. It's a different level of stardom.
What was my man name? I mean, what was my man? Number 50?
Zach Randolph.
Yeah, Randolph. Yeah, Randolph. Yeah, he elevated that team a little bit. So they loved him over there in Memphis.
Yeah, Memphis has had stars, bro.
Yes, sir.
Memphis had Bibby and Jason Williams.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? But they ain't never had no Ja.
Right. They ain't had no Ja.
They never had someone. They never had someone marketed all over the place, and he has a Grizzlies jersey on.
Yeah.
At the same time,
you got to get it together, man. He got to get it together as a little dude. He got to get it together.
Yeah, man. So to Hoodie Kev question, do the Knicks not want a star, bro? No, because you got to be the right type of cat to exist in the city and represent the city, bro. You got to be.
Like Freezie said, we don't want no cats. We want dogs, man. We don't want no cat. We want dogs, man.
Bro,
he ain't making it.
Did you remember how much? You remember how much trash they talked about Kevin Durant? And Kevin Durant was 30, 31?
He couldn't even handle it.
Yeah, man. You got to be the perfect.
And he wasn't getting the proper haircuts with that PZ head, man. Every time I used to see him, I used to get mad at that dude, man.
He out here representing Brooklyn with that kind of haircut?
Yeah, man. Man, get out of here,
Taco
man.
Meat up there.
Brooklyn is known for barbershops, bro, and you out here looking
for the X.
You know what I'm saying?
Thanks.
But anyways, and the point I'm getting at is no, you just can't get a random cat. Just ain't gonna cut it.
Right, man.
I'm not about to deny Karl Towns' talent. I'm just I'm not. It's more about, like, as Kev would say, ultimately it'll come down to Leon Rose wants a big if, but it's still a thing. But is it like, it seems thus far the Knicks are all about getting value about anything that they do. So would the juice be worth the squeeze at that point?
Get ready for Brandon Ingram, bro.
Boom. There we go. Now you talking.
Get ready for
now
Brandon
you cooking.
Ingram.
Now you cooking. That's what I'm talking about. Now you cooking. Now let's speak on that.
Because if Brandon Ingram can play make a little bit and have Jalen Brunson play off the ball some, and if Brandon Ingram can set up Julius Randle for some easy baskets during the game, you know what I'm saying?
You don't like Brandon Ingram, Adam?
You don't like Brandon Ingram?
No. I would love to have
Brandon. You talk about Julius.
Julius got to go.
That's what he talking about. Talking about Juju.
I will also get Alexander. Obi's got to go. And the Knicks got to get another center. So Mitchell Robinson got to go.
Everybody got to go, bro.
And Tibbs has got to go. I'm going to say it again. Tibbs has got to go.
You want to clean the house, Adam?
Because I don't think none of these guys that we're talking about want to play for Tibbs.
I don't know.
I want to say this, Freezie, to that point. Brandon Ingram, when he hit the stretch to end the season,
right?
He was averaging 27, 7, and 5.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and the reason why he only averaged 5 is the Pelicans can't shoot.
No, the 5 was rebounds. He had 7 assists.
And 7. Oh, jeez. And the Pelicans still can't shoot.
Yeah.
The Pelicans was still a bad 3-point shooting team.
He closed out the season on fire because he started out lackadaisical.
What are y'all giving up?
And he put on some weight too.
What are y'all giving up for? What are y'all giving up for Brandon Ingram?
I'll give him 4 picks. Man. 4 picks.
Yeah, I'm giving him 4 picks.
Which players?
Couple of the youngins. I don't know which ones though.
Wow. Obi.
You know what?
No. I don't want Obi to go.
Yeah, 4 picks sounds.
Oh, they can have Obi. I'm already off Obi.
I think Quickly and Obi gone in that trade. I think you do Quickly, Obi, and 2 picks.
Hey, block that dude in the chat, Freezie.
No.
You're some weirdo.
You can block him. Yes,
does it block him from the whole thing completely?
I can't get him.
Does it stop him from posting? Like, or does it just get blocked from my end?
No, let me see.
Send a link for Corey Lee.
Mega and C-Mac, leave my man alone with his Sony
Yeah, I blocked a
Ericsson.
couple of them. They're trying to like raid this or be
Y'all
weirdos.
leave my boy alone. I
All
see
right,
y'all in there.
appreciate it, Mega.
To be honest, I
Thanks, Mega.
will get Alexander and give OKC Grimes, Obi, and RJ.
Miles Bridges, yeah, he'll be a good look too.
Miles Bridges is a PR nightmare though. Like I wouldn't touch it.
I know. Yeah, he done some bad things. Yeah.
Right, and the thing is with Miles Bridges, I learned today that the Miles Bridges thing is not even resolved. So he's
Nope.
not even guaranteed to be back next year.
I mean, drop the link for Lee. Where Lee at? I dropped it.
All right. Yeah, the Miles Bridges thing is not even resolved. So now you're like, what do you do? It's a tenuous situation.
Yeah. Like, they still have his rights anyway, so
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they're probably gonna bring him back for cheap.
But what's intriguing, what you just said, Uncle Freezie, was that Ingram move, man. I would love to have Ingram over here, but like you said, Dre just said he giving up Obi and Quickly. I guess you know what?
I give up.
I believe that's a good move. That's a good move.
Any combination of two of these guys, Obi or Quickly or Grimes.
I think that would be a good move, man.
The thing, and the only reason why I say Quickly and Obi is you want to Obi and Quickly are both coming up on their rookie extensions, and neither one of them are starters. Mm-hmm. So if you have 2 non-starters and 2 dudes you're going to pay, because what's going to happen is the money you pay Obi and Quickly is going to be more money than Brandon Ingram makes, right? So so if you trade them away right now and save on draft picks, then you can backload your roster. You know what I'm saying, with what Quickly and Obi does, hopefully.
So you will give the Pelicans Obi and Quickly for Brandon Ingram, and what would you give OKC for Alexander?
If you do the Brandon Ingram trade, you probably ain't got nowhere near enough assets left.
I will give OKC RJ.
Adam, that's not enough.
Man. You're gonna clean house now.
Not just RJ. I will give him RJ.
You totally missed what I
Mitch
was saying.
And somebody else.
Either you missed what I was saying, or you didn't understand what I'm saying. What I'm saying with Quickly and Obi is you do those two, and then you also give them some first round picks, right? Because they're not just going to take Quickly and Obi straight up for Brandon Ingram. No, that's not happening.
And the assets we would have to for like Shy, you'd have to give up more for Shy than Brandon Ingram, in my opinion. And if you're doing a Brandon Ingram trade, you won't have enough to get Shy. So
yeah. No, I don't want no Paul George. RC, nah, I don't.
The idea of Paul George is nice.
Low management, man. He's nice, but low management. Him and Kawhi with all that missing games, but
he's gonna turn 34, and he's a 3-and-D player.
Oh, you take a chance then? You'll take a chance?
They don't. Those guys don't last long.
I would take the chance.
I would take a chance.
You take a chance?
Yeah, I would take the chance. But I'm taking a chance, understanding that when you bring him here, man, just let Paul George do what he normally does. He's a Robin. He ain't Batman. So you bring him here, understanding that Paul George thrives best in a certain role. When you don't put pressure on him, when you force him to be a number one or co-number one, it's when he gets injured, right? Bring him here as the real number 2. You know, to bring him here as the real number 2 in between Brunson and Randall. And now when Brunson goes to the bench, Paul George can do a little playmaking, all of that. You know what I'm saying? It's I would treat like I assume everybody lives like this, right? Everybody has like the car, everybody has their car that they love, and then everybody has like their old school car. Like for me, it's a 1970 Ford F100. Love it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't drive it every day. You know what I'm saying? It's
Mm-hmm.
old school. You know what I'm saying? It's got a specific role, right? You go out there, so you keep it under the shed, try not to get it rusty. You know what I'm saying? You don't wash it half to death all the time because you don't want them chemicals messing up the paint. You know what I'm saying? But it has its role. And Paul George would come here and play in a certain role.
Okay.
Right?
Well, that's understandable. Cool.
Yeah. I mean, and the thing is with Randall, we know what Randall is. Randall make me so mad sometimes, bro. I wish I just can see him and just talk to him. Right?
Please, somebody do.
but but with with Paul George. Oh, geez, oh, gee, is that hoodie Kev outside?
Oh snap! DSJ, I see you, DSJ. You funny. DSJ and Mac, C Mac and Mega been in here cutting up all night on the chat, man. Dudes is funny.
That man say
But
you love your Miata.
yeah, me by me. I don't got no goddamn. Yo, this boy crazy, man. Anyway, leave my Buick and my Denali alone. And whatnot. That's my Miata. Yeah, Bill. There you go, Uncle Freeze, Bill. Nah, but I think you're kind of right with that with the Paul George outlook. I ain't look at it like that. Let him do what he do.
Yeah, man. Just it's like, yo, you don't have to make him. You don't have to. Wait, so say you gonna look like Penny Hard? Nah, bro. Relax. Take it easy. Take it because the alternative is R.J. Barrett. How you like that?
People hate R.J. Barrett.
I'll be right back.
Man,
hungry.
Memphis,
He hungry.
We said every.
Pool,
We just said every.
Pool to the. Hey, look, Hector. I want no parts of Jordan Poole. I'm not gonna lie to you. 0 parts of Jordan Poole.
Who? Jordan Poole? Oh nah, man. He fell off, kid.
Bad bag, like a bad bag of dope.
Leaning. Yeah, he
Where
fell
Lee at?
off, man.
Where Lee at? You straight, Lee? Your audio straight?
I'm always good. What you mean?
Okay, you good. All right,
There you go.
Lee? There you go.
Hey, yo, Lee, they say you got a Samsung Ericsson, dude. No, I know that. I don't believe that. Nah, go ahead. Go ahead, Drake. I'm sorry.
Here he's saying the worst about Paul George.
Man,
Paul,
George,
I mean, did you just see like Paul George the last 3-4 years? Even though when he gets hurt, like it's a different era. When guys get hurt, they don't. Well, certain guys or certain injuries, they don't completely fall off like that. He hasn't had like a major knee injury or anything like that. He did break his foot though.
I'm so confused that
what was wrong with Grim Lace?
That Dre is going to bat for.
I'm not going to bat
Paul
for
George, and he ain't count how many games Paul George missed the last 4 years.
I'll tell you right now.
Let's
and he had the broken leg, right?
I'll tell you
let's count that up.
I'll count it up.
I'm talking about the last 4 years.
Yeah. I'm going with the last 4 years.
Yeah, let's count.
When did he break his leg?
Games up.
Woo wee.
You over here going to bat? Oh, Paul George. Paul George ain't bad.
He missed. He definitely missed about the same amount as.
No, he missed way more. Don't say that. Don't say that.
In the last 4 years?
I didn't look. Don't say that. Paul George ain't played 70 games since he was in Oklahoma City, and that was 5 years ago.
But he hasn't had the major chunks like Cat. Cat has 2 large chunks.
So let me
Paul George has 1 large chunk.
Read back.
He has 30,
56,
30,
31, 54, 48.
Got counted up.
Oh man.
Let me repeat this again.
That's 51 out of the
56,
31.
31,
That's 26,
54,
77,
48.
All right.
77, 28, 105, 48.
Bro, why do you still want to argue this cat thing?
34.
I'm not arguing the cat. He's over here talking about Paul George.
That is
like
at
Paul
100.
George ain't missing time. Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah,
That is
missing time.
139. 139.
139 over the last 4 years. Okay, you go ahead at Paul George if you want to. I'm done.
That's a fair point. That's a fair point. And he's older.
Yeah, Hoodie Cav, come on, bro.
Come on, you just got here and talking about Christ Towns miss all these games.
Right.
Then turn around and have a whole debate about you wanting Paul George.
But this is the thing. We're talking about. We're talking about.
You taking stuff out of context. You taking stuff out of context. Yeah, you taking stuff out of context. For Karl Anthony Towns, you're talking about trading away 2 starters that help you get to the second round for a dude that's soft, and the other dude you could trade for fills a direct position of need at the 2 or 3.
On the bench, he feels we need another player on the bench in a suit. That's what we need. That's what Paul George gonna give us.
You talking about Karl Anthony
That's what
Towns.
Paul George gonna give. Obviously, he missed 139 games. So the only thing he giving us is somebody who look good on the sideline.
But I'm talking about someone that actually fits our need.
Yeah,
a need on the sideline, because that's what Paul George is giving us.
He taking stuff out of context, y'all.
I'm not taking nothing out of context.
Yeah, you take.
Paul George spends more time on the sideline than he does on the court. But that's what we need.
That's what we need. Okay.
I might as well go play for the Knicks. I can sit on the sideline and get paid $40 million for that.
Bro. Just because you loud don't make you right.
What are we
just
talking
because you
about,
loud, just because you over talking to everybody doesn't make you right, bro. I'm just saying.
Okay, so let me tone it down for you, since I guess that'll help you understand. Paul George has missed 140
I could care less about
games
either
in the
one of
last
them, but
4 years. And that's the piece that we need.
In terms of roster construction and fit, he fits better than
Again, so he fits better on the sideline because that's where he spends the majority of his time. We need another player on the sideline. That's what we need. Okay, I'm trying to understand this. Because I've seen him play 56 games, 31 games, 54 games, 48 games going into his age 35 season.
33 season. He turns 33 next season.
Yeah.
No, okay, so he'll be 34 next season.
Oh, well, this season he was 32.
Yeah, come on, man.
Where's nothing? Oh, this is May. So he just turned 33.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bro, he just had a happy birthday thing on his podcast. You gotta keep up.
I can't keep up with all Uncle Freezie's podcasts. You got like 8. I can't keep up with all of them.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and
So,
people
all great content, by the way.
And
great
people be looking for Hoodie Cav, but Hoodie Cav don't be around.
I thought we were trying to do the Mets podcast, and we had the football podcast. You ain't had one of them in forever.
Right, because when I try to talk about the Bears or anything else, we stay talking about Aaron Rodgers. Nobody want to listen. Nobody want to listen to 4 hours of Aaron Rodgers, bro. I'm not an Aaron Rodgers fanboy.
Oh.
Okay. Right. If we just talk about, we started out the conversation talking about Dexter Lawrence, just Dexter Lawrence getting some money, just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? The next thing you know, we talking about Aaron Rodgers, 5th receiver. Who cares, bro? Who cares, bro? And we entertained it for a little bit the first couple of shows, but every show can't come back to the same thing over and over. It can't be the Cat at Night podcast.
That's classic right there.
Yeah, I think we're going to turn this into the Paul George sitting on the sideline in some Prada.
We briefly talked about Paul George. I'm looking at the clock right now. We talked about Paul George for 13 minutes.
And that's 13 minutes too long because that's probably more than time.
We talked about Cat for about an hour.
That's more time he probably spent on the court the last month and a half.
And you feel that this is the guy we need, Hoodie?
Who? Paul George? Hell no.
Yeah.
No.
He wants Carl.
Have I made that clear? No.
Yeah, he wants Cat.
I do not want Paul George. It ain't even got to be Cat. I just don't want Paul George. No.
We don't want Cat, man. We don't want Cat.
That's
They
what
want
you
Cat with his
want.
contract.
I didn't tell you to want him.
If we could get him for a route by the president, fine.
I
But other
didn't
than
say
that,
Corey
man,
I didn't say anybody else had to have him or want him. I didn't say that at all. I'm not trying to force him on anybody.
Okay, what about Jalen Brown? Suppose we could get Jalen Brown. Let's change the subject. Suppose we could get Jalen Brown. Would you take him?
I don't think the Celtics would trade Jalen Brown to the Knicks.
So I'm saying, suppose on his option, he say he ready to move on from Boston. You know what I'm saying? What would you think if he came here to New York? How would that fit?
Legit question. Legit question.
I would love it.
I would love Jalen Brown to come here.
I would love Jalen Brown over here, man. Better than Cat. But anyway, I'm gonna move on for that.
But Tibbs is still coaching. I don't think Jalen Brown will come to New York. Nope.
I don't know what Jalen Brown would look like without Jason Tatum. And that's what scares me about Jalen Brown. Like, what is Jalen Brown without Jason Tatum?
I think Jalen Brown a little bit better than Jason Tatum.
I won't say all that, but he's definitely
he got that confidence though.
He's definitely a 25 point per game guy.
He got dog in him. Yes,
more dog than Tatum.
Tatum just dropped 50 in a game 7. What are we talking about?
That's cool. That's cool. But I think he got more dog.
What I don't know what else y'all want from somebody.
Yeah, you can have all the dog you want. Hey, look, I'll take the guy that dropped 51 in
Brunson almost dropped 40. He almost dropped 40 and we still lost. And he got dog in him for real. So that's what I'm saying. Like you paired him.
Let's just call a spade a spade.
That right there.
Hold
on, Drake. That right there is the Knicks' problem.
What's that?
You would rather have the dog than the superstar. Jason Tatum.
No, we don't want the
superstar. No.
Hold on. Jason Tatum is a superstar that just dropped 51 points in an elimination game, and you'd rather have the guy who has the more dog in him.
Well, but we said that from the rip. I don't want a superstar. That was the first thing that came out Freezie mouth, and I agree right along with him. I don't want no superstar. I want the dog.
Want to win? I
want the dog.
I don't want to win a championship.
I want the dog. All right, if I got a superstar that's a dog, I'll take him. But right now, I don't want no prissy superstar. I don't need no low management dude. I need a dog.
Hold on. Name 5 superstars in the NBA.
We're not going to do homework, bro. Just get to your point.
Because you can't sit here and say you want a superstar and never.
I never said I wanted a superstar. I never said I wanted a superstar, bro. I said dog.
Win championships.
I never said I wanted a superstar. I want a dog.
Superstars win championships. You can have.
If I got a superstar, that's a dog. That's not fine.
You don't have that.
Matter of fact, I got a dog. I got a dog. His name is Jalen Brunson. I got a dog. His name is Jalen Brunson.
Superstar.
I don't want a superstar,
because you
bro.
cannot win a championship in this NBA without a superstar level talent.
You need two.
Cannot do it.
Hold on a second.
The cat is the superstar.
Hold on a second.
This is not about calling the town. Whether you think it's
so I'm gonna leave that alone.
You
I'm gonna leave that alone.
have someone.
So
you have to have someone on that level. You have to do it. You have to have one of those players in order to put yourself in position to win a championship. You can have a team full of dogs, but if you ain't got that one true superstar, you can get to the second round year after year after year if you want to. That what makes your heart content. But you won't go any further if you do not have a superstar level talent.
Like a superstar like John Morant. Is John Morant a superstar?
He does have his own snack cake.
Yeah, and he got his own potato chips down here too, bro. He got his own potato chips down here too.
Yes. My thing is, so Jalen Brunson is not a superstar, brother. That's what you're saying?
There's levels. Hold on. Let me explain. You probably need 2 superstars. If you have a megastar, then you just need stars. Like Jokic just needs Jamal Murray. He doesn't need very much more than that because he's a megastar. Like Giannis didn't need Giannis has a couple nice guys next to him, star
Mm-hmm.
calibers, but they're not
Mm-hmm.
superstars. When we talk about
Holiday.
mega stars, but when you're talking about like guys that are ascending to where Jalen Brunson is, you want someone just as good as Jalen Brunson next to him
Mm-hmm.
if you want to take it to that next level.
All right,
Because
then. So
like,
give me guidance then.
like we all assumed Randall was as good as Jalen Brunson at least before the playoffs, right? In terms of what
Mm-hmm.
they did during the regular season.
Mm-hmm.
If he performed to the same level as Jalen Brunson did, we would be in the Eastern Conference Finals. But we realized
Facts.
Randall is not that caliber of player, at least not in the playoffs, not yet.
He's a third option.
So when you need two guys performing at a optimal level or a high level, like 25 to 27 a night every playoff game, you need two of those guys. When you have a megastar like Jokic who makes everyone better and he gets 30, there's more room for error within your other stars. Like for the instance tonight, Jamal Murray was terrible the first 3 quarters. He brought them home in the last quarter for sure, but because he was terrible the first 3 quarters, Jokic had to carry the weight for the majority of the game, and then he brought him home, obviously. But
Mm-hmm.
and it's a lot of the same thing that Giannis went through with Middleton, where Middleton wasn't needed until it was time to close, but Giannis would carry the water the entire game up until like the last 6 minutes. That's what megastars do. Now, when we talk about like how Jimmy Butler's performing, that's just the outlier. That's just different. I can't. I
He's
don't know.
different, man.
I don't.
He's
I don't know
different.
what to compare that to.
He's different.
Or
You know how to turn the Jets on.
or maybe having Spoelstra equates to having a second superstar.
Right.
To some regard, in terms of impact.
Hold on, Dre. If I was to get Giannis, man, listen, now we talking something different. If we get Giannis, now, like I said, if it was a split, we all be messed up. If we're not. But if we was to get Giannis, how would you feel about the team, man? I know we're going to the mountaintop. I mean, we might have to give up a lot.
Yeah.
More or less.
I'd agree with that.
And Dre, and you know what you watching. I don't know if you can equate what you watching now with Jimmy Butler to anything that you've ever seen. But I'll help you with it. What you're watching is similar to what Dwayne Wade did with Miami when he won the chip against Dallas. You know what I'm saying? That's when one guy, you like, it's just him and a bunch of dudes. Why do they keep falling for this same one move? This one move is killing them. Yeah,
I remember that finals.
You remember that?
He got busy.
At the top of the circle, Dwayne Wade was pump fake and got people in the air. He just jumped into him. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
He did that all the way to a championship.
And at that time, Shaq was a shell of himself.
Yeah.
Yes, he was. He was on the down end.
He was old. It happens, bro. Father Time is undefeated. My point is when Jimmy Butler does now is go to the rim and do like his herky jerk at the rim, like he doing the Adrian Dantley. Remember Adrian Dantley?
Wow, Detroit Pistons and Dallas Mavericks.
Yeah, Utah Jazz. Yeah.
Utah Jazz too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna pose a question that's semi-related to the Heat. What did the Heat give up for Pat Riley? Like, what did they give us?
Nothing. I don't think.
He just went there. They didn't. It wasn't a trade.
No, he faxed in his resume.
Yeah. He faxed the resume in. That was disrespectful.
That's what I remember. So maybe we did give them something, but I doubt it.
What
would you think? They got a cash incentive. They got some cash.
What would you think if like teams used to trade coaches? Like Doc Rivers was traded for draft capital, I believe.
Yeah, first round
from Boston, right? Yeah. From Boston.
What do you think Spoelstra would go for if he was traded?
Oh, they ain't giving him up. Yeah,
they not, but I'm just putting a
hypothetical. Oh, okay. Shoot. Butler gonna have to be a part of that.
5 first rounders.
It'll be all draft picks because I don't think you can trade a coach for a player.
Nah, it'll be a draft picks for sure.
But I think it would definitely be first round picks and cash.
And
a whole lot of money.
Haslin. They're gonna take Haslin with them. Not what he played. I'm just joking.
That's man.
Get him out of retirement, take him with you.
Yeah, man. So ultimately,
For Riley, okay, my bad, Freezie. For Riley, the Knicks got $1 million cash and a number 1 draft pick.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what they actually did trade Riley.
That's crazy. Ain't that something?
Then they
was that the
everything.
96 pick? Was that the pick we got in 96?
I believe so. Yeah, because it says
It was the
September
96 pick.
2nd, 1995.
Okay.
The
Who we
first
got?
Miami gave the Knicks first round draft choice in 1996.
We got
$1
Camby?
million cash.
Was that Camby?
That
No.
was one of the reasons why we had 3 picks in that
3
draft.
picks in the first round. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
No,
I didn't.
Camby went to Toronto first. Yeah, that's right. My bad.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
I ain't got, man. Dre, real quick before we get out of here, bro. My play is trash, bro.
You gonna start over, ain't you?
Nah, I ain't gonna start on. Nah, I already spent all the VC I had in them.
Oh, so you might as well.
He like a 74.
Oh, he was 60 yesterday.
Yeah.
So he grinded.
Those practice drills.
Yeah.
Them practice drills, bro. I grinded away to a Hall of Fame badge.
Which
the one that give you the quick first step out the pick and roll.
Oh, so you just taking off to the rim?
Yeah.
Out the pick and roll.
Yeah. and I'm not even getting to the rim, but I'm just throwing a lob to Obi all night, bro. I'm an Obi fan.
So you gonna get your passing badges up?
Yeah.
Basically, probably flashy passer and all that other stuff.
I don't know how to throw flashy passes.
It's circle.
Circle. Yeah, I talk about the dog video game.
Just circle.
Just circle?
Yeah. Circle and like aim your directional button in the direction of who you want to pass it to, but it's circle.
Okay.
And it does like a bounce pass or behind the back pass or whatever.
Yeah, bully. I don't know what I'm doing, bro.
No doubt.
I don't get on the sticks like that. But I got
you got a double tap circle. My bad. Okay. Double tap circle.
Yeah,
you gotta aim your left analog stick in the direction you want to flashy pass that, because you can't manually pick the person because you're already pressing circle.
Tell me y'all playing on PlayStation.
You got to double press circle when you aiming your left analog stick in the direction
2K?
you want to pass it to.
So
y'all playing on PlayStation or Xbox?
Yeah, on PlayStation. I don't even have to do PlayStation, bro. I'm
about to go get one next week.
Yeah, man. I ain't gonna.
Got some time on my hands, so why not?
Yeah, yeah, man. Yeah. I wish if I had that bread like Hoodie Cav, bro, I have me 2 places. I have a PlayStation in every room.
Kevin not trying to hear that.
I don't have any PlayStation. I can't afford those types of luxuries.
You the one that drive a car that start with an M. So
yes,
but anyway, I'm gonna get out of here, y'all. I'm gonna get out of here so I can get some Knicks morning drive.
Mitsubishi.
Yeah, man.
They even make
you
those
drive a
anymore?
Maserati. All right, y'all.
I definitely don't.